having technical issues on a Friday night live stream. That is not freaking allowed. It's not allowed. It's not
What
allowed.
you say isn't allowed and what the universe says is allowed are two different things, kid.
My nerves can't handle it, okay? Just not allowed. Not allowed.
Sure.
My nerves can't handle it.
Whatever you say.
The whole world would get to watch me unravel if that's what happened.
Can I,
I don't know. Please let us have that half a penny in AdSense revenue.
Nations of Darkness.
I don't know. I just want my little half penny, okay? Because all those little half pennies add up eventually.
There,
Hello.
I've seen enough of this.
Hello.
Hi.
Kayla Lords.
John Brownstone.
of Loving BDSM, where we help kinksters like you have happy, healthy power exchange relationships. This is our Friday night monthly live stream. Yes, we know it's on the same night as Evie. We're not trying to compete. We love Evie. If you want to go watch Evie, go watch Evie. We love her too. But we're here to just hang out and do things, and I'll get into why we're here in a minute. We're very discombobulated.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Sure. We already had a conversation about the green and the pinching. I can go into my childhood trauma about why I'm a hard no on shit like that. But I don't think everybody like wants to or needs to or any of that. So I can.
I don't want to hear it.
My God.
And all I did was wish everyone happy St. Patrick's Day. What the hell?
And then you looked over at me and you looked for the green. Look, childhood trauma.
Hey, you don't see the green on me either.
Because I know where it is.
That's
and
right.
You showed the internet
I
earlier.
showed Instagram where it is.
He's Kinky John Brownstone at Kinky John Brownstone on Instagram if you would like to see his green underwear. Also, I shared you in the Loving BDSM Instagram at that handle I hate in our stories. So, I'm just gonna say it's probably more chaotic than usual. I'm not gonna pretend we're not always chaotic. I just feel like
it's taken to a new level.
oh yeah, I'm dancing on a pinhead of my own sanity. Like, will I burst out laughing? Will I burst into tears? Will I lay my head down and start snoring? I don't know. Maybe all of those things. And now is the moment I forgot to prep the coffee pot prior to starting the stream, which is what I usually do, because we go so late on this. I want to say hi to people. And then tell new people what we do here. But I'm going to say hi to people first. Okay. I'm scrolling up because y'all been chatting and it's chaotic. Hi X, hi Eva, hi Nikki, hi Eliza, hi Kitty. Is it Lagertha? I got the old people thing and the progressives, and did I say that right? But hello. Hi Maddie, hi Niecy, hi Nikki, hi Little Miss, hi Silent Wing, hi Alan, hi Andre, hi Anissa. I'm scrolling. Hi Stephanie. Hi Susan. Hi. Is it Fung or Fung? I want to say it right, so please let me know. Hi. Is it me? I can't remember. We had this conversation. Is it Mimi? Is it Mai? It is whatever you want it to be. Just let me know. And then, of course, the next time I see you in a stream chat, I won't remember, and we'll have this conversation again because my mind is like a sieve. Hi, y'all. Do you want to do your thing, or are you waiting?
I'm waiting.
Okay, well, it is 9. Hi, Julian. Hi, Red October.
9:32.
Yeah, it's officially 9:32. So I'll tell people who are new here what we do here. I did not mean for that to sound rhymey.
Ooh, who's doing
Hi,
who?
Ashley. So, this is our Friday night monthly live stream. It's a hangout, it's a chit chat, it's a virtual munch at 10 o'clock our time, so that's about 30 minutes around. It'll also be a Q&A. We ask for the first 30 minutes without questions because we're just trying to like ease ourselves into this, just get into the oh yeah we do this thing before we run right into questions. We'll tell you how to ask questions when the time comes, so just it's okay if you're like, oh god, I have a question, I'm gonna forget it, like do a note on your phone or write it down or like whatever you got to do to remember, but don't ask now. Just please wait. We have not streamed since last week, and I already feel out of practice. What are words? I don't know. But also, I'm dancing on that thin line between...
That's where the chaos is coming from.
Yeah. I'm like at the end of a rope, and I didn't know I was at the end of that rope until I was sitting at my desk today when you saw me, or maybe, no, you were watching TV, and I came out and I told you, I've done 15 of these things, which we'll talk about later, and I'm done, because I looked up from my desk and went, it's 5 o'clock on a Friday afternoon. That was supposed to be our week off, and I have put more hours in this week than I did last week. I'm done.
And I told you at that point, yes, be done. Put it down and
I know.
Rest until the time for us to be here.
Yes.
And hello, everyone. Welcome.
Thank you.
I saw we have several folk from Florida.
Oh, yeah, we kind of always do.
Yeah.
You mean tonight
Tonight, yeah. I mean, there's lots of folks in Florida. But
Yeah, like 20 million of us or something.
Yeah. But, I mean, there's
Maybe it's more than
specifically
that?
several folks here.
I thought it was 20 million. I don't know. Numbers are hard.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
And I know
people.
that I just think some or most of them are dumbasses, so. But they think the same of me, so it's fine. It equalizes. We're not going to get into why. That's not what we do
And
here.
when we're done here, we need to go and see if our neighbors are still having their St. Patty's party and crash the parties.
This neighborhood we live in, this road we live down, there are about 5 houses, and they're kind of scattered down the road. They are some of the partying, lovin'est people. Like, I just am not used to living in a little, like, neighborhood like this. This is just not kind of what I grew up in. It's not... we lived in a condo and a villa kind of thing, and so... Parking was so strict, nobody fucking had parties at their house because you only got 1.5 parking spots anyway, so you were not inviting extra people over. But every, even minor holiday that's not really a holiday, like Flag Day, like those kind of days, there's like 6 cars or 10 cars parked at a house. I'm like, what are they doing?
They like to have their gatherings.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Super Bowl weekend, that was...
Oh, yeah.
I almost couldn't drive down the road at a couple
Right.
points. So... Okay. I'm trying to breathe. I'm trying to remember how to breathe. I don't know if anybody can tell. We can tell because we can see it, and I don't have my phone with me to take a picture. We have adjusted our camera angle a little bit.
Yeah.
Or a lot. To me, it's a lot. The tripod is 4 feet closer than usual. I kind of like it. I don't know how y'all feel. I like it because you can't actually see our monitor from the angle I'm looking
Oh,
at.
yeah, you can't. You still see the top of my iPad, though.
Sure, and I think that's fine.
Yeah.
I think that's fine. So since we're gonna, y'all, just be prepared because we're story repeaters anyway. Some of this you'll hear in next week's bonus section, but how the hell have you been this week, Daddy Dearest JB? What you been doing?
Struggling.
Same. You know what I feel like we have been this week? Like, we've done a lot of things together because every single human in this household had at least one doctor's appointment this week. And I was their ride for all of them. But...
No, I drove to mine.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was your emotional support spouse for that one.
That's right.
Anyway. We've been together... But we have absolutely been in our own bubbles this week. You have, like, whatever you've done this week, I barely know. I think you kind of know what I've done, but it's one of those you kind of, like, only surface level. So what you been doing?
I've got stuff done, and this week was a struggle for me. I have to admit, I was a bit on and off dealing with depression.
Yeah, and I decided to take all of my stress that we rightfully have and use my old coping mechanism that I've used for... I'm 43, so probably 35 years of my life. And I've just worked through it. I just went, no, I can't sit still. Who can read a book? All I'm going to do is doom scroll on the internet. You know what I'll do? I'll go sit and I'll work on our break. X, what you've pointed out about the camera angle, I've noticed as well. It is a little like cattywampus. That's a technical term. But it's okay if you don't fix it. We can fix it for later.
Thank you.
I kind of like this up close, especially since I want to do a little bit of show and tell.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I've been working this week. I got things I want to show and tell. None of them are available yet. I'm just working on them. But being closer, it's easier than what we normally do, which is run our crazy butt up to the camera. Forget there's a mic. We're not in the microphone. Relay. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I worked. You worked. You worked on wooden knives.
I worked on wooden knives. My bandsaw had been down for a while. I needed to get a new blade for it. Finally got that up and running. So I cut wood for knives and knife handles. And I even started gluing some up today.
Nice.
And I spent some time reading. I read a dark, erotic telling of Alice in Wonderland.
And you said you thought I would like it.
You probably would like it. It's called We're All Mad Here.
I like that title alone.
And did that. And then today I kind of knocked off a little early and plopped myself in front of the TV because I hadn't been keeping up with The Last of Us.
I know. I knew how it ended. I also know what will probably happen in season 2 because I'm not watching it with you, so I'll read all the spoilery stuff. But I also know I know it's based on a video game.
Yeah.
And it's a zombie dude. And I went, no, not my thing. So I stayed away. But I also didn't want to accidentally let anything slip if I was in the room.
I was, how do I put it? I was shocked, but I wasn't at the way it ended.
Yeah, the articles I've read about how this season ended, that last episode, no spoilers if you are interested in watching and haven't yet. They're like I read way too many opinion pieces. It was outrage. People were pissed about how it ended. And I was like, I guess I just don't get that invested in some stuff.
It could have only ended one of two ways.
Sure. Okay.
Okay.
Is that based on the game? It could have only ended one of two ways, or just sort of how the story was rolling?
On how the story was unfolding.
Gotcha.
And I was like I say, I was a little shocked at it, but yet I wasn't because of the bond that was made.
Yeah. Ooh. Don't read the article I found about what season 2 might look like.
Okay.
Yeah. Because it gets wild.
I'm sure. Yeah.
It gets wilder. Supposedly. I mean, that's all conjecture at this point because there is no season 2 yet. But they're like, okay, if they're following how the game blah de blah goes, there's I guess a second game, The Last of Us 2, that has a different storyline.
Right.
And then in the article I was reading, why I'm reading these articles when it's not a show I'm going to watch. I actually am not invested in it at all. I can't tell JB because that would be spoilers for him. I don't know why I read what I read. But they were saying that depending on what changes they could maybe make to following the second game, it might be 2 seasons instead of 1. And the person writing the article was talking about the upset that had occurred around that second game when it came out, saying here's how the writers of the show could kind of correct it and make it a slightly more satisfying story instead of pissing people off in like the first 5 minutes or whatever. So, yeah.
I mean, to me, the way it ended, it almost seemed like the show, it kind of could have ended right here.
Yeah.
And, been just like a one season kind of thing. But it was good. It was really good. Just the way the different personalities played in it. I was a little shocked, but okay with the fact that it wasn't so much, the show at least anyway, was not about the creatures.
Okay. I kind of stayed away from because I don't want to see zombies things.
It was a lot about the interpersonal relationships.
Yeah, and the 5 minutes I saw here and there, I could feel myself getting sucked in. I know almost nothing about. I was also trying to make sure I wasn't around for the last episode because like I said, I knew what happened. You know, it's weird. I will steadfastly avoid spoilers from stuff I know I'm going to watch because an anxious person who, you know, will only consume certain types of content because I think, okay, this will not amp up my anxiety.
Yeah.
I actually avoid spoilers for certain things because I want some element of surprise. Typically because by the time you get to something where they've included spoilers, they're giving you a review of it, and it's actually the review I more want to avoid because it's like every time I've tried to listen to what a review says about how good or bad something is, I've fundamentally disagreed either way. Somebody's gone, this is excellent, and I'm like, this is trash. Or they've gone, this is dog shit, and I'm like, this is the best thing I've ever consumed in my life. You know, it's like, whatever.
I kind of try to stay away from reviews just for that too.
But when I'm not invested in the show,
yeah,
I'll read the shit out of them if it looks interesting enough.
Maybe I'm just odd. In the past, I used to read reviews for movies, and the movies that the critics just panned and hated, I went to see and I loved.
Right. Yeah, because I actually don't tend to watch. And you and I watch most of our movies together. I don't tend to watch a lot of dramas. I don't tend to watch like serious cinema because I tend to want the movies, TV, even books I consume by and large, not always, but by and large, I want to just be entertained. And a lot of times I'll read these reviews and people are like, that's trash. And I'll go watch it. And I'm like, it really wasn't that serious. Like,
yeah.
This was not fine art, high art. It was an action movie, y'all. It's okay. They cracked some jokes. They followed a formula. I'm here because I know the formula. Like, I'll read a certain author, multiple, it's not just a specific author, but there are certain authors I'll read because their books are formulaic. It's why they can like publish 50 million in their lifetime, because they write in the same book, just changing the characters and the locations. I fucking love that because I'm like, I know how this will end. I won't know the details, and that'll be interesting, but I can predict this. So, like, sometimes it's just not that serious. I don't think we need a critical review of, Spider-Man. Like, I think it's okay. Like, And I have, for years, figured out I don't really agree with, like, lots of people on lots of things. So when it's like fan kind of reviews and they hate something for whatever reason, I kind of go, I'll make up my own mind. Now, sometimes I genuinely fucking hate a thing. Like what Disney did to Artemis Fowl. That I find personally offensive. What the fuck? How could they have fucked that up so bad?
Such a good book.
And a whole book series, beautiful book series that could have been multiple movies. Movie one, but I mean, not to mention the series that shall not be named, but Jesus Christ, they at least did Harry Potter better than the people who made Harry Potter. I mean, than Disney, who did Artemis Fowl.
Well, same thing with Miss Peregrine.
Oh, they fucked that up so bad.
I love that book series. I mean, once I started reading those books, I just like, went through them all and couldn't stop. And
we now own the entire collection, including the books we have not read.
Right. And
we got bookshelves, and I bought that
and
series.
I was so looking forward to the movie. And it was garbage.
And here's the thing I have come to accept over all these years of reading the book and then watching the movie or the TV show and being disappointed. It's never gonna be like the book. It's just impossible for it to be like the book. And sometimes, in my view, and not everybody agrees, it's sometimes better. Like, as somebody who tried as a teenager to read Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit and kind of went, I really enjoyed the movies. Now, I know they're not like the books, but that's okay. But, like, with Miss Peregrine, they could have done something different and unique and changed the story if it had been a satisfying story. But the whole family was sitting there watching it going, what is this fuckery?
Well,
what have you done to our book?
Here's what I have to say about some of that. I think a lot of these books that they do, I think would be better served by doing like a short series on, Netflix or Hulu or something like that. Like, I love the hell out of Shadow and Bone.
Oh, that was so good. And the book series is actually really good, too.
And I'm reading the book, the first book
now. Oh, are
now.
you now? Okay, good. Good.
And lines with the show.
And yet there are some differences.
There are some differences, but...
Okay, and I don't mind the differences because the individual pieces of media tell their own story.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay if there's a divergence. I can handle the divergence. Just fucking tell a good story. Yep. I used to think I wanted to go back and read the Hunger Games series because we watched Hunger Games and I had not read it. And now I'm a little bit like, I don't want to be pissed off in reverse. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
The book series I might find it better. I don't know. I am at a point where I can not sit and read it all. I got through 2 chapters of a book I love, but that has been sitting on our end table for a month and a half. I read the first half of it in one night. It was so good. And then my brain went, no, you're not reading. You can't. And I don't know why I can't. I cannot. And I thought, we're on break this week. I will try to read. We have bookshelves of books.
Yeah, I know.
I have access to a library. They've extended their hours. It's very exciting. Nope. Brain's no, you're not reading.
I am very grateful. I mean, I have found myself reading more on the Kindle than I do actually hard books lately.
Oh, yeah.
And very grateful for Libby.
You know, there were a few books I wanted to... I can't remember who wrote them. I can't remember what books I was thinking, but I was like, I really want to read these. And I was like, I know I'm not going to get these books in the library in physical. I was like, maybe I should get Libby. But I cannot somehow read a book that I know I love that is sitting 2 feet away from me when I'm sitting at the couch. So I don't know. I'm just like, okay, I'm in a reading rut. And I did not know this was a term. I think I've said this before. I'm a mood reader. So I've tried to plan out what books I will read, and I mentally, emotionally, and physically, I rebel against it every time. I'll make a plan, and then it's time to execute the plan of what books I'm reading, and my brain goes, no, the fuck you won't. Nobody gets to tell us what we're reading in what order on what day. And I'm like, but I told us what we were reading, and it doesn't matter. So I have to go by my mood. And then what that tends to mean is if I'm not in the mood to read, I cannot sit and focus on the words on the page. It's very frustrating.
Yeah. And Brooke, that's true. Yeah, sometimes some books I have specifically looked for through Libby, and they do not have. I mean, I've looked, excuse me, for a couple of different authors that I've read in the past. Stephen R. Donaldson, David Eddings.
Oh, God, that's a pretty big author.
I know.
To not be on Libby?
Yeah.
That's weird.
And I thought that was kind of
weird.
Strange. So.
Well, I have a couple of, I've built up enough Amazon digital credits. There was one nonfiction book that I wanted to buy. You and I had talked about it. And I was like, oh, I could definitely get this with these credits. And then there was another book that was recommended by the author of that book. Both nonfiction, which is fine. I was like, I could get those. And then I keep forgetting those even exist. Hold on.
Bless you.
Oh, goodness. I felt that coming. I felt that coming. Okay. Whew. So, do you feel like you've had a break this week?
Yes and no. Yes and no. You know what was nice? We didn't have to do any recording, and
it was total content break. I didn't make anything for social media.
I mean, it was total content break from any kind of media like that. I mean, I did, spend time in the shop, but I didn't overly.
There was one day you were out there for twice as long as you usually.
Well, okay, one day.
And somehow you and I both have a mental block on the one thing we both need to get the hell out there and just do. It's a big project. It's product that people are asking for.
I know.
We just got to go make it.
Right.
And whatever, we both have a block about it. And we
never seem to get there.
We don't get out there.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
I know. Excuse me.
That's at least better than what happened before we hit the buttons.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. He made a sound that I just turned and looked at and was like, oh my God. Yeah. No, I worked through this break and ran a ton of errands, which in a way was kind of nice because it was Thursday afternoon. I had an appointment, follow up on my new hormone medication stuff. which the follow-up was to go, yeah, it kind of maybe is working. And her going, well, it's only been a month. I'll see you in 3 months. Or I'll see you at a 3-month follow-up, so really in 2 months. And I was like, okay. But then and the 17-year-old had a doctor's appointment, and I needed to run about 10 million errands. And that was actually kind of nice, because once I dropped the kid off back at home to go do everything else I needed to do, I was like, oh, it's just kind of nice to drive myself around. And then I saw the gas prices had jumped up 20 cents from last week, and I was like, oh, never mind, this kind of sucks now. Until I went to the grocery store at like 2:30 on a Thursday, and was immediately overwhelmed and overstimulated. It was too many. It was so many people. I was like, but then, now I'm wondering, since apparently people party in North Central Florida for St. Patrick's Day.
They were probably
maybe they were buying all their corned beef and cabbage and stuff. And I love cabbage.
And green cakes and cup,
I didn't really notice too many. Maybe they'd already purchased some. I don't know. We did not get anything green today. The closest thing I got to green is my cup.
So, Mr. Spock asked which product, the diabolical sticks.
Yes. We are down to like 5. And we have unicorn, mermaid tail, and the building block is the Lego, We have 3 styles, right?
Yeah.
And we have currently 4 colors of each.
Correct.
With multiple colors that we know we want to add.
Right.
And so if we just replenished our full color range, it would be like, I can't do math, but 4 times whatever. And we have 6 total. I don't think we have any like building bricks. We don't have any of those left. And I'm like, we've both been going, we need to get out there and pour some resin. This resin pour, I know what part of it is. It's not a fun resin pour. When we pour for paddles and we pour for cane handles, like we get to watch the swirl, we get to we pour, and we're methodical, but we pour and we move on with our lives. Pouring these things, oh my God.
It's a little tedious.
It's so tedious.
It is a little tedious.
Because you have to manually pop bubbles. Bubbles in resin will rise to the surface, and most of them will pop, but not all of them. And then there'll be like a big bubble in a corner, and you can't put flame near the
mold,
that type of mold. So we've got to manually, and we pour in such a slow, methodical way to try to eliminate prevent as many bubbles. And oh my God, it's mind numbing. But it's so pretty. Like the purple.
Oh yeah.
I would not, because I understand that it is resin. But the purple pigment we use for the purple ones is so luscious, I can eat it. I will not. I understand it is resin.
Nom, nom, nom.
But it's just like,
it does.
Makes my mouth water. It's so good. And we have a rose gold that we've never even gotten to mix yet, that we bought specifically for this.
Yeah. I know. And the bunny, I'm glad that you like the Rough Rider, that y'all like the Rough Rider.
Oh, yeah. I love the Rough Rider. You know what I don't like? We talked about it last week, because we recorded it all in the same day. Fucking lolly. I'm so glad. I don't know. Maybe you'll sell it again one day, but that's a torture device. Beanie Baby asks, will a pressure chamber work? What was the reason we don't use the pressure pot? We have 2 for resin. What was the reason we don't use it?
Because of the molds, we have to use a slow set resin.
Gotcha. I knew there was a reason.
And that, if we were to put it in the pressure pot, it would actually collapse the mold.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I've been making candles though.
I know you have.
I was a candle making machine this week. I still have some more I want to get fully stocked again, but because I know Mr. Spock has specifically asked. Hi, Mr. Spock, I saw you there. Dye free / white. They're white. Yeah. They're not a pure white, because to do that I would have to add a dye, and I wanted to make something dye free for anybody who's avoiding dyes for skin sensitivities and stuff. And I've got those. They're curing. They're hard. They're finishing up. But yeah, They came out beautiful. It's a good color. I literally just melt some wax and pour it in, y'all. It's the least effort one, but they came out looking beautiful.
I have to tell y'all what kind of day I had.
Okay.
Okay. So I had to do a cane handle this morning, right? And that does go in the pressure pot. And I use PVC pipe for that mold because it comes out round, very close to the size of the cane handle, and it wastes less resin. And one of the tricks with the resin that you put in the pressure pot is that you warm up the mold beforehand.
Yeah, we haven't been doing that a lot lately.
We hadn't been doing that. So this morning I have a little toaster oven out there in my resin area, and started getting things ready, and I popped the PVC pipe into the toaster oven, set it to warm, didn't like turn the temperature up, just to warm, and went about doing my thing. I forgot about it being in there.
Did you melt a mold?
Didn't quite melt, but when I pulled it out, it was soft, and it just kind of went.
So let me get this straight. A cylindrical shape went soft and just dipped down sadly at the end.
Yes.
I think we've all been there. We've all been there. So is that one just kaput?
Yeah.
We tried to get another piece of PVC pipe at Lowe's.
For the half inch, for the smaller ones, yeah.
We need to just... I can't believe I'm saying this. We need to go back to Lowe's.
Okay. Well, luckily I had the 1-inch pipe. I have a lot of 1-inch PVC, and I just cut some more. But yeah, it made it so soft when I pulled it out. It just kind of.
Did you save it so I could see it and giggle at it later?
No, it went in the trash.
Okay, let me get this straight. Of all the things that John, I know your middle name, last name Brownstone, it's fucked up somehow in your shop, and you have carefully set it to the side for not just to maybe fix some of them. That's one stack, and then sometimes things just get laid to the side for no discernible reason, and then just lives in a little corner of one of your shops gathering sawdust. And when I say, what is that? Why do you have it? Well, I don't remember anymore, but I'm sure I'll need it. You get a soft, melty PVC tube that could be the funniest little dick joke, and you immediately put it in the trash?
No, actually, I tried to salvage it first.
So you mangled the soft little PP. Poor little PVC pipe. It was just out there living its life. I mean, when I think of what that must have looked like, all I can think is, same. I'm a soft, droopy PVC pipe, too.
I think we all are at some point in time. Yep.
Oh, thank you, X. I don't know what words are. Yes, it went limp. It did.
It did.
It did. Okay, it is after 10 o'clock, so...
Sorry, I had to tell the limp PVC story.
I know, but then you did not keep the limp PVC for while we were sitting directly in front of a camera and could show the world. Anyway. It's technically after 10 o'clock our time. We will continue to chit chat, so if there's a lull in questions being asked, we'll still be here doing our thing. But now we are definitely open for any question. I don't know if the mic is even in front of my mouth. Open for any question you might, nearly any question you might have to ask. So let me tell you how this will work. First of all, when you type your question in, tag us at Living BDSM. It pops up bright ass fucking orange for us, and we can see that question. If the chat gets moving too fast, I will not see your question if we're not tagged. Second of all, if you ask your question and then get impatient for your question to be asked, please don't answer. Please don't ask again. If you start spamming the channel with the same question, our lovely moderators will put you in a timeout. If your question is going to take more than like a single, maybe 2 chat boxes to text boxes to tell us this, this isn't the forum for it. If you go to our website, lovingbdsm.net, we have a contact page. You send us an email with your like complicated backstory question, we will answer you. Just this is not the forum for that. It's sometimes too difficult to keep up with multi-comment storylines for one question. We've tried. It's difficult. So, if you'd like to ask a question can be about a situation you're in, a thing you're curious about in kink, something about us, just what you want to know our opinion on something, whatever. There are limits. We just haven't found them yet, but we have pretty good boundaries. If we don't want to answer something, we'll let you know. Don't worry. So, yeah. There. Just remember to tag us.
I'll be right back.
Questions open up and JP leaves because he knows that if I can find words and remember what they are, I can talk for a while without them. So Sir Richard is still in the closet, unless that's what he went to go get. Our cleaning schedule was off, so when we prepared for the cleaners, when we had to reschedule because they had an issue, we didn't. We just never pulled them back out. And then like today, we take our boards down before like service folk or cleaning people come into the house because we don't know what they like and we don't want to, right? So we take these down and we just today put them back up. So we're a little off our game. It's just, I wondered if that's what you went to do. God, those balls are so huge. Those balls are so huge. Look, if you came at me with balls that huge in the bedroom or anywhere else, I'd be like, do you need to see a doctor? You got to prop Sir Richard up.
Yep.
So.
There he is.
There we go. Oh my God, the delay just caught up and I looked down at your screen and there's giant purple balls like waggling at me. Oh my gosh. So I think I don't take them down. JB takes them down. That's his job to do when we're getting ready for whoever's coming in, but I do put the one behind me back up. And that does cross my mind, but now I'm terrified. Thanks, Silent Wink. Because it means I will forever think of that. Hey, I nudged a little frog out of our back door with my toe and I didn't squeak or squeal or like this baby was like the size of a nickel and like flat. And I was like, how did you even get in here? It had been raining, so I assume, I don't know. And so it was going the wrong direction when I opened up the back door and I kind of like nudged it with my toe and got it to go out. So, you know, surely like a bird or something will eat it, but it didn't die in our house by the cats. I saved it from Onyx. Okay.
So we did kind of get a question.
Okay.
Julian.
Well, okay. We got a couple of questions and please let me reiterate, please tag us because I do not see them when they come through. Okay. Sorry, I'm getting away from the mic. Julian says, a baby with a daddy in Bradenton. I'm trying to get into the scene in my area. Tampa is less than an hour away. Any recommendations? You have the world at your fingertips if you're willing to go to the Tampa Bay area. Well,
in Tampa, you have a lot of things. Now, I'm not sure if Castle still exists in Tampa, but I know there is a masked chapter in Tampa. And they have Munches there. I'm not too familiar with the Tampa area itself, but now Pinellas County.
That's what I was thinking of. And Pasco.
You know, for you in Bradenton, you go over the Skyway, and you're in Pinellas. There is a St. Pete Munch. There is a Clearwater Munch. You have the Phoenix Club.
Which has all kinds of workshops.
In Largo, which has all kinds of stuff that goes on there. They also now are hosting a masked chapter.
Okay.
So, you know, you have a lot of stuff available to you there.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it does mean driving. Bradenton, a person who lives in Bradenton would be able to say, assess this better. But I've never thought of Bradenton as being a small town. I mean, it's not a major metro, but like, I think it's a decent sized place. So there might be something there. If you haven't,
they have the Bishop Planetarium. That's cool.
Well, I've never gotten to go to that. Of all the little places around Florida I've never been to Bradenton. I don't even think I've driven through it. If I have, I didn't know I did.
I used to go down there to get wood from a guy, remember?
Right, but I didn't go.
Okay.
You left me at home.
Yeah.
All right. So if you haven't already, and you may have already done it, but if you haven't already, I would go into FetLife and either search Bradenton group or Bradenton under like looking for events, or the county or regional name. If there's like when you talk about Tampa, Pinellas County, Pasco County, you can say Tampa Bay, and all of that comes under, out under it. So that would be another option as well. Okay. I thought I saw another one. Feng Shui. How to introduce BDSM to new potential partner. Would you say soft approach or direct blunt approach? Don't actually have even a potential partner. So I think it depends on for this hypothetical potential partner, it's about when. So what if I were trying to find potential partners at all, it would be in my profile bio, like, I am a kinky this, looking for a kinky that.
Yeah.
The downside is then the creepos like come out and the people who aren't actually serious, but it does tend to ward off people who are like, I don't even know what that is, or I'm not interested, right? I do that because I have no interest in teaching somebody about something. Now, if you are open to a partner who doesn't have a lot of kink experience and is willing to explore with you, then you may say something less direct. I would also personally, and I think this is personal opinion, it's about comfort level, I would, in early conversations, like not the, I am exactly this kind of kinkster, like the first time you say hello to somebody, but in the conversation that tends to go, well, what are you kind of into? Who are you? Like, what are you about? Blah, blah, blah. Like, I would just say it, because if they want to nope out, let them nope out early on. And then there's less like, will they, won't they, do they like me? Is this going to ruin everything? Like, just tell them who the fuck you are from the beginning. Also, look for potential partners in spaces with kink community. If you're looking online, that's anywhere, but there are specific places. Or go to Munches, go to dungeons,
right?
Go where the kink people are, and then it's less awkward. But I haven't had to think. I mean, I met JB through the comment section of my sex blog. And quite frankly, if we had not met that way, I would probably be a very single cat lady reading a lot of BDSM erotica. I think that's just who I would be. I have to be adopted by others, friends and partners. If you don't find me out in the wild and calm me with like pieces of cheese, and draw me in and earn my trust with treats, and then slam down the crate.
Come to the dark side. We have cookies. Slip
the lead around my neck and shove me in the crate and put me in the car like a rescue dog. You won't get me. Like, I am that person. I have to be adopted.
I mean, like that picture today from Florida with the guy in the dog cage in the back of the truck?
I missed that one. But I am pro, just say it straight up and be blunt. Let people self-select out. Yeah. What about you? You meet people. I do not.
Yeah. I mean, I tend to gravitate toward kink gatherings anymore anyway.
Yeah.
So I mostly surround myself with kinky people.
And you spend a lot of time on FetLife.
Yeah.
Eliza asks, any advice for someone who is fairly new to the scene? I can give you generic advice, but if you have a specific question, like new in what way? New to the community side of the scene? New to being kinky? New to being kinky, go slow. Go very, very slow. New to the community side, remember that everybody was afraid the first time they went to whatever thing it is. But, it's both weirder than you realize and not as weird as you think it is. Like, we're a bunch of normal people who are not airbrushed. We're not all walking around in 3-piece suits or
Right.
naked and just wearing a collar, depending on which side of the slash you're on. We look like random people you'd see in a grocery store. So if it's the community side, just keep that in mind. And most people want to remain as anonymous or private as you might want to. So the chances of somebody being outed are not impossible, but they're slim. When it comes to actually doing anything in kink, go so fucking slow.
Yeah, and be open to learning as much as you can.
And realize that you have a lot to learn. I'm about to cough. It is the one thing left over from our bout with COVID. I cannot get rid of the tickle.
Yeah.
So, communicate, but also, I mean, that's a given. I think everybody says that. Anybody you talk to about what do I need to know as a new kinkster. But the thing I always like to remind people of is it's real easy to tell people to communicate, but if you don't yet have the skills or the confidence of what that looks like to do it in a healthy manner, especially if you're like the vast majority of us who were not taught those skills by, in our formative years by parents or caregivers, who many of us had unhealthy relationships before we ever find a healthy relationship. That is a skill you have to learn, and you will suck at it until you get better at it. And if communication is an issue for you, I highly recommend Tongue Tied by Stella Harris.
Yes.
I almost forgot her name.
Yep.
So, I think I saw another one. Sir
Yep.
Schmoopsy Pants asked you, JB, what resources have you used for learning rope bondage?
I just kind of recently became a member of the Dutchie. Actually, they've been around online for a long time, and I'm loving it. Great site for learning so many things. Really enjoying the site.
So, like, when you say learning so many things, are specific rope bondage stuff, the basics, the higher ups,
everything from basic to intermediate to
like full-on shibari kind of stuff?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
They have tutorials on learning to handle rope, from beginning suspensions to all kinds of chest harnesses, hip harnesses, leg ties, all kinds of things.
And you and I talked about this. I'm drawing a blank. Is it a free or a paid community?
Either.
Oh, okay.
It does have a free aspect of it, and it has like 3 different paid tiers.
Okay.
Very reasonable. I think the lowest one starts at like $2.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. That is reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think we can put a link in the comments, but if you want to type out the name of that, and then I will try to remember to go back and add a link to the description box.
Okay.
Yeah. But if you type it out in your name as a comment.
Okay.
Yeah. There we go. I'm scrolling. I too would like some aftercare bacon, but only if it's cooked crispy the correct way.
I'm here for aftercare bacon and salami.
Salami, I just have to be in a special mood for salami.
Oh,
And I only like a specific salami and sliced a specific way. It's one of those few childhood memories that I'll have to love forever because it was so good as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Genoa salami.
Okay.
Sliced paper thin, like you can almost read a newspaper through it, and then you pile it up on your sandwiches. So fucking good. Anyway, but yeah, bacon would work. Okay. Okay. Brooke asks, it says, JB, this is a weird question.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever write an erotica about a vampire in the Roman Empire, or was that somebody else?
I did write an erotic story about a vampire, but it was not set in the Roman Empire. What?
Thank you for reading my mind. Did I know this and forget, or is this something you did and you just never mentioned?
It's been on my blog for years.
I read your entire blog, so it's something that you did and I forgot.
Yeah, I wrote it around Halloween one time.
Right. You are so good at themes. I bet if you had married a different person, you would also be throwing a St. Patrick's Day party right now.
Probably right. And I'd have corned beef on the smoker.
I mean, I wouldn't eat the corned beef. I would eat the shit out of some cabbage, though. Fucking love cabbage. Oh, God. Okay, let's see. Making sure I didn't miss anybody. Okay, so Jerica asks, do you know of any dungeons or any recommendations for some who live near Springfield, Missouri? I have nothing. Have you heard of anything?
Of what?
Dungeons. Or any community near Springfield, Missouri?
No.
Anybody in the chat who might, feel free to drop that in the chat. I will tell you your best bet for that is FetLife.
FetLife, yep.
Log into FetLife. Use the search bar. You can even go under events, or there's all kinds of little subsections. Type in your area, see what's there. You can use Google, and every once in a while you'll be lucky enough that somebody isn't just on FetLife, or a group isn't just on FetLife. Like maybe they have their own website, but not always. So if you're like dead set against FetLife, try Google. But FetLife is usually your best bet, unless somebody in the who's watching the stream does have some recommendations for Springfield, Missouri, and can drop them in the comments. Hi, Dylan. Dylan says, I've been working my way through your podcast archive, trying to get myself introduced to concepts in the BDSM lifestyle. Your podcasts have been really informative and fun to listen to. Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
Dylan, I don't know if it was you or somebody else, but recently I through one of the ways of communicating with us, somebody said that they were listening to our entire archive and had gotten up to 2018. And they were enjoying it, which was good. And I was like, oh, I don't remember what we said in 2018. I hope it was intelligent.
I said yesterday anymore.
I am like, oh, God, I hope it was intelligent. I don't know. Oh, my God. See, silently, that's what happens when you stop paying attention for 5 seconds.
Right.
We are constantly moving around here.
Andre, she's probably hosting a party tonight.
Probably. Yeah, I don't think she's at a con this weekend, I think. Might be a party, but I didn't see anything in Discord. That doesn't mean anything. It's not like Ra has to give us an update on her whereabouts every moment of every day. But when she's getting ready for a party, she sometimes says that she's getting ready for a party. So I don't know. Yeah, I think you would have a completely different life.
It wouldn't be half as fun.
Oh, you call what we've been going through recently fun?
Well, okay, no, but yeah, well.
I'm trying to laugh through it because the alternative is to just start crying.
Curl up in a ball and cry.
No, my alternative is I go sit back down at my desk and get some fucking work done. Because all problems can be fixed through hard work. No, they cannot. But,
no.
Man, my brain doesn't
believe it. It'd be nice
believe
if they could. Yeah.
Look, I worked my way through a contentious, it shouldn't have been contentious, but a contentious divorce. I've worked my way through being broker than this. Work works for me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not healthy for me. I could already feel like it's not burnout, but like the edges of right before I could start going down that path of burnout. On the week of our break that we scheduled to prevent burnout, I was sitting at my desk.
I know.
Working on Etsy listings for physical products for the Loving BDSM Etsy shop, and I could feel that feeling, and I went, I have to stop now.
We were on fucking break this week, and I didn't even go out for goddamn coffee.
We haven't been on a date.
I know.
We haven't been on a date since, was it our belated anniversary date? Valentine's, which was also, no, it wasn't our belated anniversary. It was belated Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I knew I was thinking of the braised onion. I forgot what holiday we were celebrating.
Yeah. So, Mr. Spock, Kim actually, where it was set, I'm assuming the story that I wrote, it did not have any specific setting. It was just like
maybe you gave like the feeling of like something Italian. You are Italian half, but still
no, nothing like that.
It's the dominant half of you.
It was kind of like a northeast New Englandish kind of setting.
New York.
Yeah.
Come on. You're both an Italian and a New Yorker. Yes, I know, as you like to remind me and anybody who will listen, you have lived in Florida/the South for more than half your life now. We know. So I'll even let you take the half Southern at this point. But you're an Italian person from New York.
I moved to Florida in 1981, and I was made an honorary Southerner. So I don't look back to the North anymore.
Look, one good old boy don't get to speak for the rest of us, okay? There's a lot of space under that Mason-Dixon line. And you've got some ways that aren't Southern. You've got some ways that are way too fucking Southern. You were too goddamn nice to these neighbors. You got to stop waving at people and saying hello. That is how you get into uncomfortable conversations with strangers. And then you wonder why people just tell you their whole life story. Stop looking at them. Look, if you don't make eye contact, they'll think you're a bitch and they won't talk to you. And they won't recognize you when you are working in your own yard. That did happen. Our neighbor did not recognize me.
Bless your heart.
Look, as I educated you through by sending you a reel, bless your heart has multiple meanings. It's not just the insult. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Okay. DeBunny asks, I know Kayla talks at links about being a service sub, and I'm here for it. I was curious about what other ways to show submission outside of service. So when I don't know that I can make a clear, nuanced difference as somebody who is very much a service submissive, but sometimes submission is just doing what you're told, not as an act of service, but because the dom told you to. It can be following rules that are set that you have to agree upon as a submissive, but that are kind of set in place in your relationship. There are... My mind is drawing a blank. What is BDSM? I don't know. Can you think of anything that is submission that's not specifically service?
Not really. I mean, we have so many little subtle
because being submissive to you tends to mean that I do allow that, because it's a consensual choice I'm making. I allow you to lead. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't have to be doing anything, but you're the decider.
Right.
My submission to you is I bring you in my case, as a person with control issues and a service sub, I bring you the information. I go gather the information, but ultimately you decide, you lead, you take charge, and I don't have to serve, air quote that word, in order for that part to be true. I just have to follow. I have to let you take charge, take the lead, make the decision, say no, in whatever way that looks like. And service is like a whole other thing. Like, it can connect, but it doesn't have to.
Right.
So, like, generically, and I hate to use that when it comes to community stuff because it's so nuanced and so individualized, but generically, submission is just submitting to the other person. What do they want that doesn't conflict with your own boundaries? Are they getting to decide things, hopefully with your input and knowing what your wants and needs are? That kind of thing. So, but I would imagine that people who are submissives that are not service oriented might be able to explain that a little bit better. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, I don't want to sound like a northerner. I'm not trying to. But yeah, I know. It's the social anxiety. And I am impatient behind the wheel of a cart. Maybe I am. I mean, my dad was definitely, to his dying day, still definitely from Jersey. Like, he had been in Florida for more than half his life when he died, and the Jersey was strong. And so maybe that's where I get some of that from. I'm very impatient behind the wheel. I got serious. I don't honk my horn as much as those New York drivers do. When we lived in Pinellas County, in the Tampa Bay area, we knew when the snowbirds had come down because everybody was honking more. Like, it's like, I'm not that bad, but no, I don't. And I was raised with you wave at the car, like on a 2-lane road, you wave at the other driver, you wave at your neighbors when you see. I was raised that way. I don't want to get into uncomfortable conversations with strangers. And some of these people like to sit and fucking talk to you. It's not the friendly, hey, how you doing, neighbor? And because we have Lola, we're walking her again because, yeah, I think we talked about this last one, that she gained a lot of weight accidentally. So we're walking her again, and she wants to go be friendly with everybody, and they want to be friendly. Most of them want to be friendly with her, and then you're like talking to somebody who's loving on your dog, and it's just rude to like ignore them. But I don't want to have the conversation. I don't.
But now you have impetus to go outside and go on the walk so you can see your little orange cat.
I know! It's the cutest little neighborhood cat. It loves me and I love it. And you notice that I time my personal daily walk for when these fuckers are not out in their yard.
I know.
Anyway, we got a question.
Yeah.
Dylan is asking you, JB, what's your favorite tie?
Chest tie.
That was quick.
Yeah.
What is it about the chest tie you like?
I love chest harnesses. They can be done so many different ways. They're versatile, and they're fun. At least that's my opinion.
And you don't tie chest ties on me for why?
I have Lily.
Who's naked?
At the moment, yeah.
His mannequin. We don't just have a naked person in the back. It's this mannequin who is naked. Look, I need content for the spicy page.
We'll work on it. Prior to that, you were like, I'm too impatient for rope, so I got Lily.
Yeah, but now I need content.
Okay.
Look, I'm a bitch who'll do almost anything for content, okay? Almost. I'm just saying.
Almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
Well, I mean, we've now had sex twice in front of while the phone was recording, so I guess I'll do anything for content, literally. Anyway, Brooke, if it makes you feel better, when I first read the question to myself, I had the same thought, and then it dawned on me the context, and I went, oh, okay, no. I get it now. But I almost had that same... Like, he doesn't really wear ties that often. You're not alone, Brooke, and I'm not alone, and I feel better about that.
Well, if that was what you meant, I have a Looney Tunes tie that's my favorite.
I thought you would say a bow tie. Bow ties are cool. Fezzes, not so much. Mm-mm.
Sir Richard needs a fez.
I wish... oh, did it fall off? We had our little clip Doctor Who tie.
Oh, it was on him, and it fell off when I got him out of the closet.
Oh. I would let Sir Richard have a fez, but not if you were going to grab it and, like, wear it. We're not doing that. So. What else? Do we want to just laugh until we cry? That seems like a thing we could do.
Well, I watching X talk about his bathroom escapades with his remodel.
Which is making me go, that's why we should not try to gut our own bathroom, because God only knows what we're going to find.
Right.
I'm not prepared for that level of stress. X,
yeah, no.
I'm very proud of you that you've taken on that task. I'm not prepared.
We put up a shower door.
3-day project.
3-day project it turned into. Well, not necessarily. I mean, Friday when we took down the old door, that was like an hour.
Yeah, I know, because you wanted me to do it in the middle of my workday, and I tried to not be cranky. I failed, but I did at least try. Fez-I? I don't know. I don't know what the plural of fez is. Fezzes. Probably fezzes. Yeah, so last Friday, we took down the old one, which went really, I think it went easier than you thought it was going to go.
I thought it was going to go down fighting, and it went a lot easier.
And I respect this, and I did not have a problem with this, but it's because I should never be trusted to try and guess how long something's going to take. You were like, I want to go to the gym Saturday morning, so we'll start on this when I get back. And I had no problem with that. Like, at no point was I like, no, I think that's no, like, go to the gym, come back. So you did that. So we really got to work at about 12 noon-ish, 12:30, maybe in there. We went for 7 hours and we still weren't done. We were on step 53 when we ended for the night, and we went, we need to eat dinner. It's movie night with the kids. I don't want to do this anymore.
We were both kind of at our
we were so tired at that point. And so then, and it was on Saturday we had to go for, so I can't remember what we needed on Saturday, but we had to go to Lowe's.
Drill bit.
It was a drill bit. And then Sunday morning, we're like, okay, we truly, because were looking at the instructions, we truly only had 2 important major parts to go, but it was just 2 parts. It was put the little guard things around the glass doors and then caulk all the way around. And we're like, okay, this won't take too terribly long, but we're refreshed. We got some sleep. Mm-hmm. We like each other again. Let's keep going. And
then the debacle happened.
And we had to go to Lowe's again because the caulk in your caulk gun.
I have a very old Ryobi battery-powered caulk gun that I've been proud of for many, many years. I used it when I did a bathroom remodel. God, 20-some years ago.
Was it your great-grandfather's caulk?
No, it wasn't.
So many of your tools.
Hey.
Are antiques.
They're tried and true.
That's true.
Okay. And we had to do some caulking prior because there were some old screw holes that we had to fill in. And apparently, during the night, or at some point, the plunger broke through and the silicone came back
and coated the whole
inside of the gun. I tried cleaning it out real quick. There was no quick about it. And I was like, okay.
Fuck it.
We need to get another tube of caulk.
We went back to Lowe's.
And a caulk gun.
But now once we got home from that, it was pretty smooth sailing.
It was.
And thankfully, we somehow both of us had gotten it into our heads that we were not going to be able to touch anything in our shower for 24 hours. And finally, I was so glad I did. And so every day this was getting delayed, I was like, I can't take a shower for another 24 hours after this point. What are we doing? I finally just read the fucking caulk and went, oh, 8 hours. Okay. I'm still grimy because we haven't been able to shower in our shower.
I braved the boys' bathroom one night.
Oh, no. I know it's clean because I pay good money to make sure it's clean. And the 17-year-old will clean the bathroom if he goes, this is feeling kind of grody to me. But I'm not using the bathroom. I just went, no. So, 3 days, 2 trips to Lowe's, which is not bad. And we got it done.
Yeah.
And technically it was 3 trips to Lowe's because that Friday night we went and got things we knew we needed. But that wasn't that surprise trip you get in a home project. It was
the one with the drill bit. What I the night before we started, I sat down and read the what's needed list. And I wrote down everything I did not have.
And missed something.
And it was actually 2 drill bits, and I missed one. So
yeah, you got the main drill bit, but the pilot hole drill bit.
The pilot hole, yeah.
So
for
2
the
trips.
Tile, yeah.
But one, it's delightful to use the shower because you have room in there, and 2, I don't know if you do this, but I watch the caulk seals around.
I have
I'm like, is it leaking? Is there water? Where'd that water come from? Oh, that's right. We splash when we get out of the shower. Yeah.
I have been watching. It went pretty good. I mean, all things considered.
We have gotten crankier with one another in a home project than we did with this one. I think what was happening on that Saturday, we were so tired.
Yeah.
And it felt like the project was never gonna fucking end.
Right.
Ever, ever, ever. And I think it hit home when you were like, okay, the next step is step 53. And I'm like,
yeah.
We've already done 52 other goddamn steps. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Now we have a new shower door up after. So, we moved into this house, it needing a new shower door.
Yes.
That was 2020. We bought the shower door in November of last year.
Mm-hmm.
It's in now, thanks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I wasn't actually able to do very much.
No, there was definitely, and for a hot minute, you were like, maybe we should get a handyman, and then none of the handymen wanted to call you back and give you a price.
Yeah, it was weird. I mean, as soon as I mentioned shower door to the handyman, they just like kind of.
But we also realized the most economical thing was
to do it ourselves.
And we did.
Yep.
And it was another thing crossed off our home project list.
Yeah.
What I've noticed is every time we start working on a home project, we start thinking of other things we need to do, but we have not added them to the list. And I know why, because we both know if we put it on the list, we commit to it. And there are those things still need to be done, but there's some big stuff still on our list. So like replacing 3 fence panels.
Yeah.
The cost doesn't worry me as much as the labor does. Right. It's like, oh God, let's go do fence panels.
I still have the post hole digger from when we.
Can you throw that post hole digger like you used to be able to? You know I can't.
Probably not. I mean, the only saving
get out there with a little spade and dig some hole. I can do that. I can do that.
The only saving grace we have is that we do have good soft sand here.
We got good dirt.
Good dirt,
Good dirt. Okay. Sir Schmoopsy Pants asked, has the oldest come closer to a decision about school? Yes, sort of. But he's not willing to just hit the accept button. So one of the benefits about being broke-ass content creators in the kink space is that our kid qualified for a lot of aid that is grant-based. Like, no loans so far.
Yeah.
And UF, he's getting grant aid both from the federal level and the state level that he would get at any Florida college he went to. But then UF has thrown in extra money on top of that the other school has not. And so he's like, well, shit, I should go where the money is. I'm like, yeah, the overage with all of this money will absolutely pay for him to have an apartment, which we know he's going to have to get because of the way he can go to UF, but he can't live on campus. It's a provisional thing, blah, blah, blah. And so he's sort of leaning that way, but there's something about it. He's not ready to go, yeah, I accept yet. And I don't know if he's waiting on a feeling or if he's just waiting on, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I know if I push him, he'll shut it down completely and just resist everything. So I'm going, okay, just May 1's the deadline, but we don't have to wait until May 1. We could do this in April if you want. We could do this in March. Can we just click the button? I think he's a little afraid of committing because once he commits, that's it.
It's done.
That's it. And unless he wants to transfer and he doesn't have to go through any of that. So, yeah, I think it's going to be UF, but he's not officially decided. Jerica asks, and I think I'm going to look to you for this one because you read more than I do. Any suggestions for non-insta-love ddlg BDSM books?
Ooh.
I don't know of any that aren't the insta, like, connection, love, sex. Let me call you daddy from 30 seconds in.
That's a stumper.
Yeah. There was an author who came to mind, and I cannot remember her full name. I thought her first name was Melody, and I cannot think of the last name.
Melody Pond?
No. Not everything is Doctor Who related. There was an author I used to do authory stuff with a million years ago. I thought her first name was Melody. I thought that was her first name, and I can't think of her last name. And all of her books were DDLG, but they were probably closer to the Insta Love.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
So
don't know.
But
that's a stumper.
If anybody has any suggestions, feel free to drop them in the comments. Yeah, we're on the home project kick. This weekend we're cleaning out our dryer vent.
Yeah.
To hopefully help prevent house fires. Yeah, Brooke, you're right. They do. All roads do lead there. But yeah, our big one that we are absolutely putting off until I don't know when, but we got to get done because it's being held up with, what are those things right now? Bungee cords?
No, it's rope.
Is it rope? I thought you used your bungee cords.
No, the bungee cord I put on there because the other day when we were working.
Oh, for the door. Okay.
The wind kept swinging the gate shut.
So one fence panel is being held up with a hope, a prayer, and a piece of rope. The other two just look pitiful. But we've priced out the fence panels.
Yeah.
We have to put new posts in.
New posts.
We'll have to get concrete. Do those go down in concrete, or they just go down
They don't have to.
But should we, so that they will actually stay?
It's...
We know what kind of storms we get here. That's why the things finally went down the way they did.
Well, here's the thing. Put them in concrete. They will hold steadier.
Uh-huh.
But if you ever have to replace the posts, it is pure hell.
So we just made whoever bought our condo's life hell if she decided she didn't want that fence panel anymore. Sucks to suck. Is that where you were going with that?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think you and I both do hold out hope that in not a too distant future, we can get a new fence.
Yeah.
Because we need one. How old is our fence? Do you remember? I mean, it's not original to the property. It's not that damn old. Is it?
Late 90s.
Are you saying that thing is original?
No. No, the fence was put up well after the house was built.
Not that well. This house was built in, I thought, the mid-90s. I thought this was a 94 house.
Well, late 90s isn't...
No, but that's still 20 plus years.
Yeah.
And there's...
I mean, one, when you buy the post for the fence, you get pressure treated.
Sure, yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
you and I've done this before. Not 3, but we have done this before.
Yeah. Okay.
My point was that had nothing. Whether it was what we get had nothing to do with anything. It was the fact of the age of this fence and the fact that it's still fucking standing.
Yeah.
No, I mean not those 3 panels on this side of the house. There.
The 3 panels.
Oh my god.
The reason they're like the way they are. Is because in the morning I used to go out and I used to hear the neighbors' irrigation. Hitting them. That's why they're so.
And they didn't adjust it.
No.
You were when we a couple weekends ago we fixed up our irrigation, and you were very like, oh no, let me adjust this.
Yeah.
And is that why?
Yeah.
It made a very clean spot on the fence until you adjusted it.
Right.
Mr. Spock asked what we're drinking tonight. Well, I was drinking a caffeine-free Diet Coke. Now I'm sucking on ice.
Water and Propel.
Yeah, nothing fun.
Nope.
There's a part of me that almost said to you, hey, do we want to have adult beverages tonight? Because we don't have a crazy day planned for tomorrow. I think our craziest day is Sunday when we want to do all the things. But I'm kind of glad I would not be a fun drunk this weekend. I would be a weepy one.
Well,
nobody wants that.
Part of the reason too, I mean, Sunday we do have some outdoor things to do, but I kind of planned it to do the dryer event tomorrow because we're supposed to have like crazy high chance of rain tomorrow.
Oh.
So it's going to be an indoor sports.
You know what I realized?
What?
Because you're going to go to the gym tomorrow, right?
In the morning, yeah.
We could go to lunch tomorrow.
Yeah.
So let me tell y'all why I'm saying that. And now he's like, oh, yeah. We were talking about...
Well, you were the one who kept saying, but we can't do it then. And we can't do it this time. And we can't...
No, let me tell the story. I think we both feel a little, not disconnected like in a major way, but like just slightly like we've been in our own bubbles this week, right? Yeah. Dealing with stress in our own way. And so you said it and I said it separately, but we said it to each other at different points. Gosh, I'd really like we haven't gone to just lunch to just be together. I think you would maybe mention coffee and I was like, what about lunch? Let's go somewhere.
Yeah.
Is that a responsible choice? No, but it makes me feel good. So we were trying to think about when we could do it. And in the middle of the week, it shouldn't be hard, but it is because we're busy. So I was like, well, what about this weekend? And I think I did say Saturday and you went, oh, well, I don't know how long the dryer event's going to take. And I wasn't thinking about the schedule. I wasn't thinking about what you do. I was thinking, oh, okay, 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, I guess we're doing the dryer event. And now it has dawned on me that, no, I know you're going to go to the gym, and that's fine. Did you go? Yeah, you went to the gym last night. I don't know.
I did.
Mind like a sieve, y'all. And so it just occurred to me that you could go to the gym, we could go to lunch, and then we could do it. But you had absolutely poo-pooed my idea as just not possible. I just want to be with you, damn it! And also enjoy a nice appetizer.
Well, then we can go to Mojo's and we'd be right next to Lowe's for anything that we...
Look, we went to Lowe's on a Saturday last week because we had no goddamn choice. I think we were only on step,
12?
40, right, 45 or something. I don't know what we were doing, but I don't want to choose to go in the
What
middle
did
of the
you
day.
do when we went to Lowe's that Saturday afternoon?
I know what I did. Look, he's acting like it's a gotcha. Let me explain. I had not showered because our shower was out of commission. And I could have said, oh, I'll see you when you get back. I went, oh, I'll ride with you, but I don't want to walk in. I feel gross. Not gross because I've been working hard. Gross because gross. And you said, okay, as long as you ride with me, that's all that matters. What have I done to my hair? But now with an audience, now you want to shame and blame. I could have put stomped a baby girl footing on. I don't want to go anywhere. Oh, I feel gross. No, I said of my own volition, with no prompting or guilting, I will ride with you. Just can I sit in the car?
You're welcome.
Probably a good thing you didn't give me alcohol tonight. I'm pretty sure I'd forget myself. I'm glad you're amused. I'm glad somebody is.
I love you.
Sure you do. And actually, should we go to lunch tomorrow? Because we're supposed to do a celebratory dinner with all of the people on Sunday. I hate being a responsible adult. So, the 17-year-old has done some big shit lately, okay? Today, day of streaming, he did a state-level competition for solo and ensemble, meaning he has prepared a piece. For him, it was a solo. He didn't do an ensemble this year. But he's been preparing since September. And at the district level competition, his score was good enough and he was playing a hard enough piece. He was eligible to go to state. And he was like, Mom, I just want to go to state to say I did it. I've never done this. I'm a senior in high school. I want to do it this year. I'm like, cool. That's great. I thought it was going to be another him and me trip. But no, there were enough kids. They got a bus. They all went together. I'm kind of glad because he had to be at the school at 6:30 this morning. Mm-hmm. And all I did was wake up early enough to see him out the door and wish him good luck, and that was too fucking early. So
this was the one in Jacksonville.
Right.
Yeah.
So they went today, and he got, that's a superior, it's the highest score you can get on their rating system. He got that at the state level. First time ever getting to go to state competition that way, and got the superior. He's been accepted into 2 schools of music. He's worked really hard and done well on all his music stuff for the past longer, but definitely 6 months. And I went, we have not properly celebrated this child and his achievements. He's got his pick between 2 decent colleges. One is way decenter than the other one. I'm like, we need to celebrate. So we were going to try and do it tonight, but he was tired after a long day. So I said, well, okay, we'll put it off till maybe Sunday. That's a day I know he doesn't have anything going on. So we're supposed to go out, all 4 of us, and as anybody who lives in current reality knows, to go out to eat for more than a couple of people, even at the cheap place, ain't cheap.
Right.
But yeah, we need to celebrate him. He's done big things.
The bunny, he plays the euphonium,
also known as the baritone. Yeah. He is teaching himself the trombone. He plays trumpet in jazz band. He wants to learn piano, guitar, everything. In college, if he goes to UF, I don't know how USF does it, but if he goes to University of Florida, he will, in his 4 years there, he will learn the piano. That will be one of his classes. Right. He'll have piano lessons. Yeah. He's very excited.
He's not bad I've heard him a few times with the guitar. in his
Yeah,
room.
and he's doing it like natural, just kind of
Yeah.
picking it up and using what music knowledge he has. He's not had anybody help him with that. So. Yeah, we're extremely proud of him. And he is... So, okay, when they were teeny tiny little, before I even knew JB existed on this planet, when I thought that maybe I would make it through that miserable marriage for the rest of my life, whew, glad I didn't try that. I only had one goal.
Me too.
I only had one goal as each of these children popped into this world 4 years apart. I was not going to raise little assholes. I had, I didn't want to raise, understanding I had boy children, and did not want to raise them with the toxic masculinity and the problems that come with, emotionally unhealthy men, and like all of that. Like, my whole goal was, we're not raising little assholes. And apparently we're doing an okay job at this, because this child, I actually have to remind him that it's okay to be proud of your accomplishments. He is almost that stereotypical creative person who, because he knows that it could have been better, because he knows what the best sounds like, or he knows what he's done like in practice that he couldn't repeat in performance, or he knows what he wants it to be and he's not quite able to get it there yet, he almost can't even say, yeah, I did a good job. Like, he's like, and he says, Mom, I don't want to have an ego about this. I don't want to be too full of myself and be an asshole. And I'm like, good. I like hearing the words, I don't want to be an asshole. But I'm like, okay. I was like, I think it's good to stay humble. I think it's good to stay realistic, that you can always improve. I said, but every once in a while, it's okay to go, I fucking did that. I did the thing I set out to do, and I did better than I thought I could. Like, it's okay to acknowledge your accomplishments. I'm like, okay, did the pendulum go too far to the other side of not raising an asshole? And his own band teacher, when he was, I guess, not celebrating in the way that his band teacher, who's like a mentor to him, is used to seeing, I think he immediately got something he had somewhere like in his office and handed it to the 17-year-old, and it was a whole article on imposter syndrome. And he's like, you need to read that and learn about this, because, like, I said, baby,
Yeah.
2 schools want you in their school of music. One wants you so bad they gave you one of their top amounts for scholarship money. They're literally paying you to go there. I think you've done something. I think you're capable. You will always have room for improvement. There will always be somebody better than you. Absolutely. But you were doing the damn thing that you've set out to do. Please let me celebrate you. And so... he'll do almost anything for a free meal, so it's fine. So. So, yeah. But, so now am I never going to get to go have lunch with you again? Or can we do both? And just a reminder, we are still open for questions. Please remember to tag us at LovingBDSM, because it pops up and we can actually see it when in the chat, especially if the chat starts moving. Yeah, at this point, I'm beyond ready for him to just decide between the 2 schools.
Yeah.
Obviously, I know which one I want him to pick, and I think he is. I think he's leaning towards that one. But if he goes to UF, the part of the reason I'm kind of like, please just pick one, because we then have to jump into action of, let's go do the apartment hunt. There's tons of, it's not student housing because it's not through the university, but it's basically student housing done through private companies kind of deal.
Yeah.
And they make it easy for all of these students from 18 up to in their 20s. So, but I told him, I was like, look, these cheaper prices that we want to keep it as low as possible, because his student aid could fluctuate every year. I'm like, let's go like look at those, because those people are going to want those. Everybody's going to want the cheap ones, unless you're just a rich bitch, and I'm very happy for you, but we are not. So then the next thing is, if he goes to UF, we've got to get the applications in, secure the place that is I'm willing to leave my baby at to live without his parents. Anyway, it'll be fine. I'll be fine. These are furnished apartments, utilities included. Like, the setup is ideal for a college situation.
Yeah. And all the amenities at these places, too.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
I'll go back to school.
Right? So.
Silent, yeah. And stone cold sober. Imagine if...
We could do... I'll do peppermint schnapps shots with you.
Yeah.
I haven't done I might gag. I don't know. But I would have... If you didn't fill it all the way to the top, I'd do a couple shots with you. What did I just get myself into? Okay, I hope I don't cry. It's been one of those kind of weeks. I'm at the edge of my whatever. I've gotten stuff done. The Patreon membership drive stuff. I'm looking at 200 envelopes that just need stamps. I'm waiting for my stamps to arrive. I bought them online at USPS because, one, I could get exactly what I wanted, the designs, and two, for a $2.20 handling fee, I didn't have to go to the post office. And they claimed on the website it would arrive in 1 to 3 business days after being processed. We're on business day 5 after being processed. Okay, like, yeah, we don't have legit shot glasses, so just we're using our measuring one.
Now,
and
I'll admit, I mean, back in the day when I used to do shots of peppermint, I always liked it chilled. It was
okay. I haven't
set in the fridge beforehand.
The last time I did a shot, it was Jameson whiskey. That's good.
Last time I drank Jameson's, I don't want to talk about what happened.
I only did the one shot, and I had to it was one of those. It wasn't a hazing thing, but it was sort of I got to finally go on my first corporate work trip, and the boss, the CEO, and a couple of his people kind of wanted to see what the rest of us were made of, so I had to do that shot and go with it, but I thought my insides were gonna become my outsides. Oh my god. Whew. I haven't done a shot in so long. I hope I don't gag. I hope I don't choke. I hope I can swallow it. I will.
Cheers.
I know. Hold on. I'm making a little toast.
Okay.
It's not a toast. I'm mostly saying, if you want to take advantage of me later, you have my full sober consent now.
Okay.
But if part of that is making me watch you tie that bitch mannequin, I'm gonna be pissed. Oh God, I haven't done one of these in forever. I'm afraid.
Me too.
I'm
Come on.
afraid. I'm afraid now. Oh God, do I even remember how to do one of these?
Drink.
No, don't pressure me. Look, this is like when I have to take the intervaginal testosterone. You can't look at me while I do this. I do that in a separate room from him. Stop. Okay.
There you go. You did it.
That was pretty good.
You did it.
I feel like I just ate a candy cane real fast.
Right. Liquid candy cane with a kick.
Oh, it's blooming right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I saw somebody say they're going to get tequila. No. The only times I've ever been physically ill after drinking have involved tequila. And I did shots of tequila, bad rot gut tequila, I think that was made in somebody's bathtub tequila. And that was bad. Yeah, we're not just doing one. I mean, it's, as Silent pointed out, it is mostly syrup.
Yeah,
I can hold it steady.
It's like cough syrup.
No.
But better.
But thank you, yes. It is exactly 30 milliliters. So I guess, we need kinky shot glasses. But I don't want, just tits on mine. That's no fun. That's just, Do you have exactly 30 milliliter?
Best as I can tell with this thing.
Oh my gosh, okay. all warm right here. My boobs are warm from the inside out for once instead of from the outside in.
Warms the cockles.
Oh, is that what we're calling it now? Trying not to
a week gone by.
Yeah. What a fucking week. Ooh, I felt that through my nose. But our breath will smell good.
Excuse me.
Oh my gosh. There have been a couple of times, not when I was driving, and not when I had serious stuff to do, but there have been a couple of times I've looked at the peppermint stuff and gone, yeah, that'd be good in my coffee. Yeah.
Give that morning coffee a kick.
Something. Yeah, you're not allowed to do that because you usually go play with power tools. Right. And you can't do it on a Saturday morning with your coffee because you go to the gym, so you're driving.
Sunday.
Maybe. If we have any left. Yeah, right. Yeah, no more COVID sickle in my throat.
Right.
It won't take me long to turn pink. I am starting to wonder, and I don't have time or money to go to a dermatologist, but I'm wondering if I have rosacea. You know how pink my cheeks are? Mm-hmm. I've been trying some azelaic acid stuff to see if that helps a bit, but yeah, I do tend to turn pink. Butter tart. I'm not sure I could. That doesn't sound immediately appealing. Can you compare it to a flavor? Yeah, strawberry pink. See, normally I'm wearing makeup, y'all. I don't do makeup on these Friday nights.
We need some. Well, we're probably going to need more of this now, but we need more Kahlua too.
Yeah,
I really like that.
it, but I always want to try something different.
I know.
We drink so infrequently. Like I want to. You know what I've never had?
What?
That I hear is good, but I mean maybe it's just like one of those drinks that a lemon drop. I don't know what's in it, and I know you don't like lemon. So, whew. I'm hot. No, I'm not hot. I'm warm. The only problem I have with shots is like, you drink it and it's gone, and then I just want another one. Don't you want another one?
Yeah, in a minute.
Like a 60-second minute?
Maybe you've had enough already.
No. Yes, I do know what pecan pie tastes like. It is one of my favorite pies.
Cream de coco.
Andre, that is for the OnlyFans page. I want to do a live stream through our OnlyFans one time because then we could use like toys and blah, blah, blah. But we got to have all of these people out of this house. And so far we're only managing one at a time.
Yeah.
I mean, he does have hitty toys. But I don't know that you always said you don't use hitty toys when you're inebriated.
I'm not inebriated yet.
Oh, because it hadn't hit you yet.
It's only, I
don't know. I just know I feel warm.
30%.
Right, but you're a person who usually drinks no percent. Usually a no percent drinker. A water drinker. Oh, not this one. Also, I could use some more of those, by the way. We're running low. Put that on your list.
I was making handles for them today.
Oh, you were making handles. Sorry, it just like...
Yeah,
you said the words and they didn't download. Okay. Look, all this is going to do is exacerbate the sieve-like mind.
I know.
I want pecan pie now. I thought about making cookies, and then I just didn't have the energy, and then I didn't have the time. And
you have all the pecan pie you want. Mm-hmm. Blueberry apple pie, man, I'm all in.
Apple pie I'm down for it. I love blueberries. I eat them every day with my overnight oats. Every day that we have some. Yeah. But I don't like a blueberry pie. And actually, pecan pie, I love pecan pie, but I only eat very small pieces of it because it's too sweet for me these days. Christina asks a question I know the answer to. JB, do you ever do a drumstick solo with the paddles?
Absolutely.
Yes, he does.
Absolutely.
He makes sure to do them with the stingiest paddles. And floggers. Floggers.
I have these 2 little floggers. I bought them at a flea market, believe it or not. And they're little things. They're actually
evil.
I bought them at a tack store.
They're evil.
She calls them the devil.
Yeah, I fucking hate them. They're not even cute.
No, there's nothing cute about them.
And they're mean.
Ugly. They're ugly as sin. But I remember one night at the dungeon, we were doing a scene.
I think I remember this night too.
And they played a Bon Jovi song.
Yeah, I couldn't think of what the song was, but yeah.
And I have 2 of these things, mind you. I had 1 in each hand, and I'm just to the music.
I was almost in tears by the time you finally decided you were done. I hated those things so fucking much. But we had been going for a while, and I was properly warmed up. So while I hated it, I could tolerate it.
We need to do that for one of our...
I have been meaning to look up how OnlyFans handles... I think they might take music down in the...
Well, no, I know it would have to be without the music, but...
I mean, maybe you could play it, have earbuds in.
Oh, yeah.
And then don't make me guess the song. I would lose every time. I'm not playing that game.
Yeah, I could. Because I could put Spotify in and hear them through my...
And nobody else would hear it.
Nobody else would hear it. And I could just,
You could.
go with the beat.
But I'd be sad if I couldn't hear the music. I would be so sad if I couldn't hear the music. I love to sing
I'd be
to
drumming
music.
to the beat of the music in my head. Literally.
I mean, you already, walk to the beat of your own drum, sing to empty concert halls, clap. I have heard you clapping to music in the garage. I don't know what songs you're listening to.
The other day, in the playlist, it was the Talking Heads, She Was.
Oh.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. And that's what I was going with.
Dylan asks, what does a proper warm-up look like for impact play?
For us, it's just kind of, we'll use either I have a deer hide flogger that's very soft. A lot of times, we'll use a light paddle.
Or you'll use your hand first.
Or I'll use my hand first. And it's just kind of, some slaps with the hand and then some butt rubs and then some more slaps.
And this is subjective, pretty gentle, so lower than what hits my recognition as pain.
Right.
And then you just sort of slowly amp
Love
it up.
taps.
Sure.
I don't want to pour over any electronics.
Why do you have to be so goddamn responsible?
Because we can't afford to replace any of this shit.
We can't afford shit. We're about to send a child to college. I'm so glad. The state's like, no, we'll take them. Here's some money. He spilled it on me. Oh, my God. Yeah, am I going to lick it from the table? Look at that. Look at that. Wasted, precious, not gold, but... Both, styling. It was not meant to be a subtle suggestion. I was meant to be quite obvious. Oh, I can feel my eyes not wanting to open all the way. Look, I'm tempted to lick this fucking table, and I know that's not sanitary.
Just kind of do it.
Like a cat. Yeah, I know. Let me tell y'all about this little neighborhood outdoor cat. Oh my God, I'm in love. So I've been in love for a hot minute because it's a very friendly cat. And I don't feel like I can gender it because while it is an orange cat and a ginger cat, I haven't seen balls on this thing yet. I have seen what I think is a vagina. But I'm not 100% certain. And I'm like, well, I just don't know. So... And it's this little skinny thing because it does live outside, even though us and a house 2 doors down,
2 houses down,
we both try to feed this cat. And it's the sweetest little cat. I can go, kitty, kitty, kitty. And it runs to me and it meows while it's running. And then it gets about 3 feet away and starts turning in circles as it backs up to me. And I sat on the ground right outside our front door the other day when I came back from my morning walk and just loved on this baby for easily 15 minutes. Managed to get some food in
and I was watching her through the side window.
I had no idea. I was taking pictures. I was talking to this little baby.
I'm watching her, and she's sitting on the ground, legs crossed, and she's just like,
I'm in
all
love,
up in this
and
cat.
this cat is letting me love it. And it's a long hair cat, so it's almost got like this mane kind of thing and this floofy tail that I know if this cat was better fucking fed, it would just poof out.
Yeah.
And it's got these massive fucking paws. I'm like, I know it's a young cat, but these paws, I'm like, you should be bigger than you are.
Right.
And if you get fed, you will be bigger.
What amazes me is that its tail is as long as the cat is itself.
I know. It's such
like
a
a
sweetheart.
huge tail.
We're not to the point in the relationship where it will get in my lap yet, but I feel like if I can meet it at the front door a few more times, we might be. And X, I know that orange cats are most of the time male, and I keep thinking it's gotta be male because I keep looking at the big ass paws, but I see no balls. But also, I'm not rooting around down there because it might not appreciate that. Yeah. So, yeah, if we know we can't bring it inside, one because our cats are vaccinated. But we don't do flea and tick because I can't sedate our cats every goddamn month just to medicate them. Please. So, but we don't have a place to put it if it would stay somewhere. We also cannot afford the vet bills for our third cat. Yeah. And I would not take it to the shelters because it just, like, I don't think our shelter's a kill shelter, but I can't remember.
Well,
and our neighborhood cats, our outside neighborhood cats, are very well loved on our street.
Oh, yeah.
So far, we don't have any assholes who will call.
No.
It wouldn't do any good to call animal control because the person who runs animal control for our cat
lives next door
and has about like 5 stray cats of her own.
I mean, the nice thing that they have here in this county, which is really, really nice, is they have they are very big on TNR.
Yes.
Or am I saying it right?
Yes, you are saying it right. Yeah. I did check, and this cat is not TNR'd. They have notches in each ear, but not the clip. But like, maybe as a young cat, they got into a fight or they got injured, and each ear is like somebody clawed at it. And
but they have a very big thing on the TNR here. So, you know, that's nice.
Yeah. And
they do that.
I did think of that, of if this cat got friendly enough and if we would call and find out what the cost would be for a TNR.
Ask next door.
I know. I'd be like, because the last thing our neighborhood needs is more cats. There's plenty of adult cats. There's one other young orange cat. I think Koi has been getting the fuck around, but our neighbor would have Koi spayed.
Oh, yeah.
So is there another orange cat I'm not thinking of? There's a lot of...
Buttercup that lives down the end of the street.
Buttercup's the baby, though. That's a young cat.
Yeah.
So that... Somebody has fathered Kitty, our orange kitty, and that orange cat, and I can't figure out who.
I think the orange cat... Our orange cat...
Orange cat.
Is a drop.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay. Because we have some long hair. Because Koi is a long hair cat too. Koi is our neighbor who runs animal control for the county. Lives next door. That's her cat. Yeah. And he's an indoor-outdoor cat. He's beautiful. But he don't fuck with us. He's very beautiful though. But that was exactly who I thought of when I saw this kitty because the tone of the orange is different, but the fur is like the length.
No, when this cat showed up, he was just like, boom, there.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
So, okay, let's drink to orange cats.
Orange cats that love me. Is the candy cane getting stronger?
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
As you get closer to the bottom, you know, because if you don't do this, it's settled. So
Gotcha. So it kills me because we cannot afford a third cat, just like we cannot afford a second dog, even though I want both. I mean, cannot. Just took all the girls to the vet and spent, what was it, $700, almost $800, like, unexpectedly, because we were worried about the health of two of the girls. They're fine, 100% healthy. Onyx is eating again and has gained her weight back, and her coat looks good. I'm like, bitch, why didn't you do this before we went to the vet? And Lola's just a chubby girl like her mom, and like I felt that, but also I don't want it to be a thyroid problem, but could it be something I just give your ass a pill and you drop the weight? That would be great.
Right.
Now we are monitoring every calorie that goes in this dog's mouth, and bleh. But anyway, so I desperately want third cat and or second dog. We cannot do either of those.
I would love to have a second dog, especially a second Staffy.
Oh God! And the rescue where we got Lola has so many adorable, precious babies.
The two you sent me. Oh my God, they are so adorable. Kelly's
a puppy.
Yeah,
and he has these floppy ears.
Mm-hmm.
But we could not do a puppy right now.
I know.
We could not do a puppy right now. Cannot do a puppy right now. Yeah. So I don't have baby fever. Never did. Except when I wanted to have the youngest. I got baby fever. I got a baby. I'm efficient like that. I'm getting fur baby fever. But it would stress Onyx and Ella. Ella less so, but
Ella
still.
less so. Onyx would be stressed.
It would stress them to the max to bring in another
I
cat
think
right
it
now.
would be good for Lola to have another dog.
Oh, I think so too. As long as they vibed. No adversarial shit.
I think that would be a good thing for her, because I think with a new dog, a little younger dog.
Yes, with a little bit more energy.
Yeah.
Our girl is in midlife right now.
I know.
And I feel that. I understand. I too just want to fucking nap. Well, we almost missed one
You
another.
should have just let me set it down like I was going to do.
Yeah, Kim, but puppies also chew your shit. You have to train them. You have to keep up with them. They have more energy.
Yeah.
One day I want a puppy. I do want a puppy one day, but
I mean,
not right now.
I'll be honest with you. I wish I knew Lola's story.
Yeah.
I really do. Because like when we were at the vet with her, like I was telling her, is like, Lola doesn't know how to dog.
There's certain things now.
There's certain things she does not.
But I also think she's just not interested. Like, she has toys she prefers. She knows how to play with toys.
True.
She just doesn't give a fuck about balls. And you know what? Same. She don't want to run around the goddamn yard. I was thinking like basketballs, footballs, dodgeballs. Like, she don't want to roll around a goddamn ball. She does not want to play fetch. What is the point? And same. But she likes to play with a toy. She gets her zoomies.
She does.
But she is kind of getting to that age where she's just sort of like, this is how I do shit, and I'm not fucking doing it any different. And do I sleep for 18 hours a day? Yeah, the fuck I do. But I do sometimes wonder if a slightly younger dog, already trained, would like have the energy to kind of get her amped up.
Yeah.
But the only way we could do it right now is to foster. And I don't mind the idea of fostering, but the place we would want to foster through, they offer so much support.
Yeah.
But they require you to go to Gainesville almost weekly. And that's just
I know.
You want to know when I would be more willing to do it, though? If a child goes to the University of Florida.
Yeah.
Because I'd be like, oh, we're coming into town. I'll take you to get chicken nuggies. Help me with this damn dog.
There was a question.
Yes, I see that. Christina asked, is it normal for doms to not allow their sub to talk to other guys?
I mean, the only time I have heard of that is if you are in a consensual high protocol.
Right, and there's like lots of rules and structure to how
and there's lots of rules
behave.
and structure. And it's not even so much that you're not allowed to. I mean, I have known people in high protocol from many years back. That was the big thing when I came into the lifestyle. And it wasn't even that you weren't a sub was not allowed to talk to other people. It was more like, you know, you would ask the dom's permission. May I speak to your sub?
But if this is a blanket, you don't need to talk to other men ever in general. Like, that would be a red flag.
Right.
If it's if you're not in a super high protocol relationship and it's not part of it, let's put it this way. If it's an agreed upon thing in your power exchange that you are 100% comfortable with and no part of you goes, is this a problem? And you're like, yeah, I can absolutely abide by that rule and it doesn't feel like it's too much and I feel still free to be who I am, then you get to go, I'll follow that rule that you want to set. But if it's this arbitrary blanket thing that is not rooted in, this is a, air quote this word fun, because that's very subjective, fun, almost easy way to exert control, but that's consensual, and it's arbitrary and it's not realistic, and it comes from a place of insecurity, or this is how doms are supposed to act, this is what DS is supposed to be, and it's filled with all those tired ass tropes that leave no room for your own agency and your own wants and your own needs and what makes sense to you, then that's some goddamn bullshit that is coming from somebody's insecurity. So it's contextual. Can rules be made that from the outside looking in, other people would be like, hell fuck no, that wouldn't be my rule? Yes. But that rule has to work for both people. And if you are ever in a position where you're like, this kind of feels funny to me, or this feels off, or you feel like, or you're being told explicitly that you can't challenge that rule and go, I'm actually not so sure about this one, that's when it's definitely a problem. But if it's tough because it smacks of toxic masculinity in cis straight vanilla relationships of, you know, the woman can't possibly talk to a man because even the perception of is like it looks like that, but a lot of DS can look like that. So then it's like, okay, but how do you actually feel about it? If it bothers you and the dominant partner's like, I don't care if it bothers you, that's always a red flag. If it feels arbitrary, it can be a red flag. Right. If it doesn't mesh with reality, like if you have to interact with guys as part of your just ability to move through life and your partner somehow has a fucking problem with that, that's a red flag. So, yeah. It's complicated. I would err on the side of caution with something like that always and forever. Yeah. Because it sounds like, and it often comes from a place of deep insecurity. And we all get to be insecure. We all get to work through that. Sometimes you can work through insecurities in a good, solid, strong partnership, and that's not a bad thing to do. I've worked through many of my own. You've worked through your own in our relationship. But rules like that if they're made from that kind of place of insecurity, that in power exchange, that's a red flag. We can't be making rules from those kind of places because that's how fights happen from those kind of places. That's how, air quote, punishments happen. Like, a lot of shit goes down if the rule is because of somebody's insecurity.
I mean, from what you said in the chat, it almost sounds it's more like from a place of insecurity.
Yeah. Nope. Yeah. I could absolutely see if you... I can't see you doing it because you just are not insecure. But if we... here's how I could see it going down. And this is the situation and scenario.
How's it going down?
This is the scenario.
And
it's one of those things where it wouldn't be a blanket rule. It would be a situational rule.
Okay.
You could be like, girl, we're going to the club tonight and you are my fucking property. And if anybody wants to speak to you, look at you, touch you, whatever, they got to come through me first. Do not flirt with these men. I don't know how to fucking flirt, but we'll pretend for the sake of the scene, right?
Richard's leaning into
Richard. I love you, Richard. And you could set that rule for that specific situation because of the dynamic that we're playing with.
Right.
That, to me, assuming I consented to it, which I would because that sounds hot. I don't know. That's hot. But I also know we would leave that club, we would leave that scenario, and you'd be like, I don't give a fuck who you talk to, you're a grown-ass person.
Right.
I mean, that's the thing. Be leery of dominant partners who do not see you as an individualized, fully realized adult human being who you might not have been thriving the way you wanted to, but you were thriving and surviving before they graced your fucking life with their presence, and you will still again once they're fucking gone. It can be hot from a submissive perspective for your dominant to be like the center of your fucking world. But the reality is you can only be the center of my fucking world in the 5 fucking minutes I have to go, that's right, we're kinky, we're doing this thing now. And the rest of life, we gotta like function, right? And if a dominant partner cannot handle the fact that you can function without them, like, it's one thing to want you to be like in some weird mutual, but it's, I don't know. I'm not saying it right anymore. One of the things that I always say when somebody asks me, you know, I look at things as the fact that Kayla and I are equals. We are equals. And we are in a mutually consented power imbalance. Right. My needs, wants, desires, thoughts, feelings are equally as important as his. Yeah. And that's the mistake that a lot of these air quote fucking wannabe poser bullshit insecure goddamn doms don't get. They've decided that because they have graced themselves with the title dominant, there's no earning it. There is and there isn't. Like, you don't go to dom school and go, here, now you're a dom. Like, it doesn't work that way. Sometimes I think it should, but you know, you're a dominant because somebody else is willing to submit to you in some cases, apart from identity, right? But some of these people go, I'm a dominant, and they don't see their partner as an equal human being. They see them as property. They see them as a plaything. And look, that plaything thing can be hot too. Like, I get off on that. But outside of that, when it's time to go to work, when it's time to raise a kid, when it's time to make a car payment, when it's time to go buy groceries, like when you got to fucking live in the real world, you are your own authentic, individualized human being, and you get to have your own wants and needs. And I understand this is a liquor fueled rant, whatever.
I'll drink to that.
But yeah, that's where a lot of that fucking shit comes from. And I don't have any goddamn time for it. Let me take a breath before I do this. Why does it burn worse on the... What number are we on? Does this mean I might lay my... I know I'll be passing out, but I'll lay my head down and actually, like... I didn't tell you what my disturbing dream was.
You told me you didn't remember it, just that it was disturbing.
No, I remembered it.
Oh,
I remembered it.
Okay.
What I told you was it wasn't a nightmare, but it was disturbing enough. I told you while you were like on your first sip of coffee. I know.
Okay. Yeah, well, okay. Yeah.
First of all, before I tell you this, Christine and other subs out there, you are worth a partner who wants to give you as much as they want to receive from you.
Yeah.
You are worth a partner who goes, you know what? You have fucking needs too. You have wants and desires, and I actually want to fucking fulfill them. The doms that treat you like a kink dispenser, and I know there are subs out there who treat their doms like kink dispensers. That's very true. But we're not talking about them right now. We're talking about submissives. That's not how this is supposed to be. Not in...
Nobody on either side of the slash is a kink dispenser.
Right. And the moment somebody starts treating you that way, they're not seeing your humanity. They're not seeing all that makes you who you are. And they're not honoring that. And look, in casual kind of situations, you don't need them to honor it so fucking much other than just respect it for like the brief moments that you're together so everything's consensual. But like, if somebody wants to be your dominant in a power exchange, in some kind of relationship, long-term, casual, I don't know how the fuck you want to define it, they need to see you as a whole ass person.
Mm-hmm.
And not just a receptacle for all their fucking wants and needs. I don't care how hot that is in the brief moment every once in a while. Yes, in a scene that can be hot. But after the scene, when my back hurts, or I'm stressed from work, or God damn it, I gotta cook dinner for the 85th millionth time this week, I need somebody who gives a shit about that. And even if they're like, I'm just saying. Anyway, everybody's trying to keep track of what number we're on. I got stuff to do too, Silent Wing. Maybe I just gotta stop having stuff to do and actually feel what I'm feeling. But who wants to do that shit? That sounds stressful.
Feeling shit sucks.
Could I do a show and tell? I did shit this week.
Go ahead.
I want to drink this drink. And if
All right,
anybody's got
here,
any questions, we're still open for questions. My nose itches.
To show and tell.
I didn't talk about my dream yet. Hold on, I gotta talk about my dream. This is less than 30 milliliters. I feel like I've been shortchanged. You can't cough like that while I'm trying to swallow. We have our taxes done by our accountant person. They do our business and then they turn around and do our personal. We are desperately waiting on that. I don't think we'll have to pay anything. I just don't know if we'll get a refund this year. And we need the refund because the 17-year-old needs a euphonium. And that's an $1,800 purchase. Okay, my dream.
Your dream.
So if you do not like bugs or crawly things, if they give you the heebie-jeebies, I apologize now. I've gotten a little bit better about it, but I would classify it as a legit phobia about a certain creepy crawly bug that I don't even like to say the name of. Like, it gives me the... Whoa. So what I don't remember are all the details of my dream.
Okay.
But I'm in my dream, and you're there, and the kids are there, and we're not here in our home here. We're out somewhere else. There are other, side characters. It was a little bit like a movie, and we're going through the dream, and I don't remember how we got to this part. I just remember what woke me up. So I can't give all the details of the dream. So yes, technically I probably did forget part of it. But in my dream, it was technically a palmetto bug, which is better than the word that as a kid I grew up, it was a cockroach. But a palmetto bug is technically different from a cockroach, but we call them cockroaches. I don't know if in the South, but definitely in Florida. And palmetto bugs are terrifying because they can have egg sacs. They fly. They fly, y'all. They fly. I once had one land on my hand, and I flung my hand so hard that the thing went splat against the wall. Fear is powerful. Anyway, in my dream, it was somewhere, and it was all bright. I remember it being bright and white, and in my mind, I was thinking clean and whatever. And then one of these palmetto bugs went racing up my arm and to my back and the back of my hair, and I'm screaming, "Get it off! Get it off!"
That's almost triggering for you.
It woke me up from a dead ass sleep, and then I could not go back to sleep. I kept doing this.
And I was dead ass asleep enough that I didn't even...
I could have been on fire. You had no fucking clue.
Wow.
And I woke up fully wide the fuck awake, and I did a shimmy shake like it was still on me, then went, whoa, that was a dream, that was a dream. And I had a thing when I was a kid, because we lived in what I call the tin can. When I was a kid, we weren't broke, we were poor. That was poverty. We should have been on welfare, but my parents had thoughts about welfare, so never. It just never fucking, never. They did nothing for it. And palmetto bugs, because we lived in the middle of the fucking woods, they were everywhere in our tin can trailer. And so I got used to, as a kid, sleeping, because I had heard a story about bugs crawling in people's ears. I apologize now for anybody who is having a visceral reaction. As a kid, I got into a habit of sleeping with covers over my ear for years because I was so traumatized by that story. Okay? I woke up from the sleep. I'm in a cold ass sweat. This is no hot flashes, a cold sweat. I'm wide the fuck awake. I feel like something is crawling on me. I immediately go into childhood mode and I put the blanket over my head. And I did not sleep a solid bit of sleep for the rest of the night. That was my dream. Oh my God. Okay, D-Bunny asks, how can I help my dom feel more confident?
When he follows through on things...
Don't assume gender. You said he.
Oh, sorry.
When a dominant
follow through on things, thank them.
Yeah, show gratitude. That can be helpful.
Show gratitude for the things that they do. tell them how much you appreciate them for what they do, and keeping up with their with the rules and different things.
I have done this for you, especially if we do like a hard scene or something that you weren't feeling necessarily really confident going into. It was new for you, or you pushed my boundaries a little bit, or we went a little hard. It's usually after my aftercare when I'm back to myself, but I'll try to make a point and tell you that you did a good job. Yeah. I don't lie. If things went south, we're going to debrief that and we're going to talk about it. But when things go well and I really enjoy something, or I have a really good experience, or I really appreciate something, I'm going to let him know at the first available opportunity that makes sense, or I'm coherent. Because I think regardless of role, people want to know when they've done the thing you really wanted them to do, or it was a pleasant surprise, or they did it right, especially when you're new to it. Like, the lack of confidence tends to come from inexperience. So part of that confidence can be built with consistency. Like, are you doing the thing consistently to get the practice? So you kind of go, oh, well, we went through that moment where things went south, but hey, I've learned how to correct for that, right? I know what to do next time. I know how to not do that again. So confidence sometimes just comes with time. You got to do the thing long enough to get the experience. But in the meantime, letting somebody know, honestly, like, don't sugarcoat shit and don't say you like something that you don't like. But when you genuinely enjoy what's happening, or you appreciate what they're doing, let them know, because that's just a form of positive reinforcement. I know with you, I like to, and I try to, timing is everything. Ooh, my legs feel funny. This will be fun standing up later. And it's 10 years together, and I've had to learn my timing, and I've had to, like, I've gotten it wrong sometimes. But sometimes if you're not in a high stress, like, pressure situation, there was a term I was thinking of, and I can't think of it anymore. I almost said pressure pot, and I know that's not the expression. Anyway, I'll try to come to you
under pressure.
Anyway, I need more. I'll try to come to you and seek your dominance in more subtle ways. Like, what I'll do is go, hey, Daddy, can you help me decide? Hey, Daddy, can you tell me what you think in this situation? Daddy, I don't know what to do. What do you think I should do? So if that works in your dynamic, seeking them out so that they can help you decide, because depending on how DS works for you, how they view dominance, a lot of it is leadership and decision making, which if you're not used to being in that position, or you're even a little bit intimidated by the responsibility of it, which I think I respect somebody who's a little bit intimidated by the responsibility of it. Knowing that you are seeking out their advice, seeking out their decision making, you're coming to them because you trust them to help you make these decisions or to tell you what to do, that can over time build confidence. Yeah. I've tried moonshine exactly once. I thought my lungs were going to disintegrate inside my body. I thought I was burning up from the inside out. That was the most noxious thing I've ever tried in my life.
Seeing some of them talking about the moonshine. Many years ago, I worked on a golf course, and I did landscaping for them. I laid out all the beds and all that kind of stuff. And there was a fella who worked in the cart barn.
Barn for carts?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Old fella, good old Southern boy. And after work, he invited me to his truck, and he had a mason jar. Richard's kind of... He kept a mason jar of moonshine.
If your moonshine's not in a mason jar, is it really moonshine? I don't know. I've never seen moonshine that wasn't in a mason jar.
And, that was... He and I, we'd have a...
Tried Everclear one time and also thought my insides were going to burn up. I will take some more. Dylan asks, how do you help your sub feel more submissive? I have thoughts. What are your thoughts? I know I suck up all the oxygen. That's a feature, not a bug. How do you help me feel more submissive? And then I'll tell you what I actually need.
Okay. Oh boy. Oh, this is
Drunk
getting interesting.
Q&A.
Right?
I won't even lie and say tipsy.
Yeah.
The eyes will not stay up. What eyes?
I would have to say,
I want to do edibles.
Hey, you know what? And I would
So
love.
sorry, Dylan.
I would love to get my medical marijuana card.
I think between my anxiety and your back pain, we could do it.
Right?
Anyway, go ahead. Let's answer Dylan's question.
You know, I let her know that I appreciate the things that she does for me. And it's kind of funny because when I do that, a lot of times she's kind of like, you know, no, you don't have to do that. You know, I do it because this is what I
get
do.
almost cranky with you when you
do. But, you know, I feel it's important to let her know that I appreciate the things you do for me.
I do like, you know, it's funny. It is important to me to be seen. I mean, that's true of anybody. Yeah. Because when I can feel resentment building up for all the things I do, that most of which is part of me being the submissive in the relationship, and some of it's just that's what I'm good at, so it was going to be my thing anyway. Because it's exhausting. I mean, I do the admin for this whole house. I carry the emotional load. I know what every preferences are. I know what you need. That one needs that one.
Right.
And it is exhausting. And when resentment builds up, it's usually when I stop feeling seen. Everybody gets so busy, they forget that there's somebody who's actually keeping this fucking train on its tracks. And for all that I kind of go, you don't have to thank me, it is important to be seen.
Sure.
I think that's true regardless of the side of the slash that you're on. I think we all need to be and want to be seen for what we're doing or contributing or who we are. What helps me feel most submissive, quite frankly, is when you have me do, and this is a tricky one because I do all the life admin stuff. When you give me a task or have me do a thing that is outside of the normal stuff that I'm already doing, when it is clearly, specifically because you want it done and you have the power and the privilege to go, I want you to do it. Now, that's difficult, and that's going to be difficult for any submissive who is also kind of running your life, if you happen to be like me, I guess, because sometimes you will come to me with a task, and it's in the middle of me thinking about 100 other fucking things I got to get done for this whole fucking family, and you have gotten better at going, not right this second.
Yeah.
Not even with a real true deadline, but here's what I need you to do, because sometimes I'm on autopilot doing the things that I know need to be done. Either the already pre-negotiated things for our power exchange, the things for the kids, the things for the house, the things for the bills. And so when I can be mindful, and this is on me as the submissive to do this, and it is not always easy, and I think it's okay if you fuck it up and you're not always mindful. Like, I think it makes sense. But when I am mindful of what you're saying to me, because you try to use the same words every time, so that I make the connection in my brain. This is Daddy Dom talking to service submissive baby girl. I have a task for you. And you've gotten much better at going, no, it's not immediate. I don't need it right now. Right. When you get the opportunity, you then lay it out for me. And using the language, and it'll be different for everybody, but using the language that tells my submissive brain to turn on and go, oh, this is my Dom asking for something. This is not my husband. This is not the guy who needs me to schedule his whatever. This is dominant you talking. I've gotten better about taking a deep breath, hearing what you're saying. That includes there is no deadline for this, or you don't have to do this right now, but you might go by the end of the week or by the end of the day or whatever, right? If there is a timeliness to it. And you will come to me with one-off tasks that let me know my Dom is asking me to do a thing. And quite frankly, no matter how busy I am, I will probably do that right away, because I do feel submissive, because I don't want to disappoint him, because I want to go, here, I did the thing for you, and get that little happy feeling when he then acknowledges. That's another thing. Like you said, you got to acknowledge the shit your submissive does for you. that works, I think, when it's a power exchange relationship where the submissive has already got a lot of shit they're doing for everybody. If it's a situation where the submissive does not have a lot going on and they're willing to do this because it's this, consent thing, is there an ongoing task you can give them that they do regularly or semi-regularly, that they know that they're only doing it because their dom asked them to do it? It might be something simple. It might be like something that doesn't require necessarily a lot of effort, but that they can get into a habit of doing, and they know who they're doing it for and why they're doing it. So you give me one-off tasks, because if you handed me another thing I had to do regularly, I would run down the street screaming.
Sure.
But in another situation, if you don't have a lot of that going on, a regular task can sometimes help, or a regular rule.
But at the same time, I have to watch you for certain cues, because just like with the calendar, we're doing all the admin stuff for the family, you were keeping it on a paper calendar. And I was scheduling things, and things were going pretty cattywampus.
Oh, we were like at cross purposes all the time. And I was so fucking cranky.
You were. And that's when I said, okay, we need to move this online. So when I need to schedule an appointment, I can take out my phone, I can look, and I can see what's what, and I can add it to the calendar myself. So that way it saves a lot of aggravation for everybody, especially you.
And it did, even though I protested at first, because I only protested because it felt like that was another task to get everything in the calendar. And what I was seeing was, there's all these tasks I have to do, and you just handed me another task. Thankfully, I got a moment of clarity to go, if you do this thing once, you never have to do it again, and it's done. And it really has made it easier to skip. I have things I need to add to the fucking calendar. Shit. I told myself I needed to do it this morning, and I forgot. Everybody's like, either come to Canada, or you don't always need a medical card, or it's legal in a state. In Florida, you need a medical card. There's so many, oh my God, billboards and just signs at places like, oh, it's real easy to get your medical card.
Even
I've never looked into it, though.
Even Groupon.
Really?
I get them. Oh, yeah.
There's one place near us. It's $150.
Right.
It's easy. I know we would qualify. I'm diagnosed with anxiety. You definitely have back problems and chronic pain. Can we drink our drink?
Yeah.
I'm a little afraid because I'm not enunciating well. My face feels like it's trying to melt off while I'm trying to speak.
I have to admit, I'm feeling pretty good.
Your eyes are all shiny. So here's the thing. I gave consent, and I maintained the consent that you can take advantage of me, but I really have a feeling what we're going to do is curl up and just go to sleep. But I know it's not really sleep, it's passing out, but that's some good fucking passing out.
Right.
And we could use it. Okay, here we go. Boop. Also, I'm okay if we go past midnight. Because now we're drunk. And all I'm going to do is lay in the bed.
Look how close we are.
I'm going to lay in the bed and babble at you. We can't afford to go to the liquor store either.
Nope.
Look, I got to take some naked pictures this weekend for OnlyFans. OnlyFans is doing well, by the way. Are you enjoying it? I'm enjoying it. I spend a lot. Is anybody shocked that I spend a lot more time on the content platforms? I spend a lot of time there. Okay. Mr. Spock says we would both easily qualify.
Right.
Yeah, and I don't even know how to... I could look it up, but Jesus Christ, I don't have fucking time. And I don't have to go figure out the legitimate ways. I'm kind of... and I don't want to smoke. First of all, the moment I try to smoke, the coughing, what it does to my lungs is just... From being a kid, being raised around a smoker, all that secondhand smoke, the chronic bronchitis I had for years as a kid. Like, I remember coughing up blood. It was every winter, and I would cough so hard. I remember coughing up blood a couple times. It was terrifying. The one time I tried to smoke cigarettes, I ended up being on the breathing treatments for like a month. So I don't want to smoke anything, but I absolutely would take an edible. And I want to take one of the edibles where they're like, actually be careful. Yeah. And then like, I don't know who I am for a whole weekend. Maybe not a whole weekend, a whole day. As long as I know my children are safe. And also, X, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I would definitely roll one.
I know you would. I know about your past that I'm not saying on the microphone because I am clearly not drunk enough. Okay, X, since you're sending us to the liquor store, what would you like us to get? More peppermint schnappy things? Look, Kim, I will monetize any fucking thing.
Oh my God.
I will monetize any fucking thing. I don't want to fall down. One, I'm not graceful.
No, because
I would hurt myself.
I'd have a hard time getting you back up.
Let's be real. I hit the mic. I'm sorry. You literally could not get me back up. I have 50 pounds on you. I lost 4. I don't want to celebrate weight loss because I know that can be triggering for people, but also some of us like have to live in a world where we know that like it gets harder when we gain weight. I lost 4 fucking pounds and I wasn't even trying. Lately, and I don't know if lately just means in the past 3 days or if it's really been longer than that, I have been absolutely all up in my feels about childhood stuff, not just like the way I was raised, but the shit I went through at school. So falling down would actually be triggering for me.
Ah.
Oh, I don't want to cry. Liquor me up. I don't want to cry. Whoo, I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I have really been in my feels about it, though. A lot. I've been thinking, yeah. Because my children keep going, so, Mom, you've got us diagnosed and medicated. When are you going to go get medicated? Or at least go to therapy? And I'm like, baby, my time is coming. I can't tell them that I'm already spending a few $100s a month to make sure they're well.
I know. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, the therapy has been helping me.
Oh, I know.
But
and I want you to keep going to that. Sorry, y'all. See, this is why I try not to drink. Oh, I'm sad. We're done.
Last one.
Okay. X says, if you can find PJ's cream liqueur, whatever. That's my first choice. But peppermint schnapps is good, or butterscotch schnapps. Would you do butterscotch? Do you like butterscotch?
I like butterscotch, but
okay.
I've never tried it.
No, I'm thinking of like the little
butterscotches
that are like salty and sweet. Yeah.
Excuse me. Well, I keep. Excuse me.
Thin mint shots. Oh.
I'd be down
All
for that.
I saw was the line about. Okay, sorry, I don't have the microphone with me. All I saw was about the thin mint shots. Is it just peppermint? Okay, peppermint shots and how do you say that? Cream de what? Cream de what? I know I say it wrong. Oh, right there.
I don't know. I'm not even gonna try it. Cream de caco.
I always say cacao, but I don't know if it's right. Cacao. Do you know how long it took me to learn how to say acai? Oh my god, I was one of those white people that like fucked that all the way up. Oh my god. Can we drink our drink?
All right.
Oh god. Should I do this? Probably not. Am I gonna?
Yeah.
Yeah, the fuck I am. Oh god, that was the dregs.
Creme de caco. Caco.
No. X, you're not helping.
No, you're not.
Cacao?
Oh boy.
Okay.
Cacao. Kim
said, thank you.
Cacao.
I said it right.
Okay. Cacao.
You know what kills me? I don't understand why I have such a weird issue with how I pronounce words. It's my perfectionism coming out. I mean, in a way I do. My legal name is not difficult to say, but the way it's spelled, a lot of fucking people just, oh my god, the way they
trash it.
And yet, some people, like, it rolls off their tongue perfectly. Yeah. I expect it to be fucked up, and they go, blah, blah, blah. I can't say it. I'm not that drunk, y'all.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It makes me so self-conscious about
Christina asked if we've ever been to a Lion's Den adult store.
No. I have heard of it, though. I have heard of it.
Okay, I've not even heard of it.
Yeah, I've absolutely heard of it. I don't... What I love are all the comments going, cacao! I have heard of it, and I don't remember how or like, I feel like I heard of Lion's Den before I ever heard of Adam and Eve. And why the fuck Adam and Eve is not fucking sponsoring us? I don't want the cheap box of toys they would send us that we would never use. Like, I like the good shit.
Right.
I like a $200 toy. You're usually fine with
Toy Diva much?
My vulva is a discerning vulva, silicone only. Y'all, we haven't even tried it yet. Maybe that's what we should do when we do some OnlyFans content. We were gifted, like we didn't have to promise to do a review. We just promised to try it. I only thought we were getting one toy. We got 2 toys. They are stainless steel, but also vibrating. And they came in a box, and they actually came with some goodies, like some masturbators for you, which you've already used at least one.
Yeah.
These fuckers are heavy.
Oh, yeah.
Like, heavy.
But they're beautiful.
They're gorgeous. I need to take some pictures. They're beautiful. Oh, my God.
So.
Blues, my love, Adam and Eve is not the worst. I don't think they're... So I've done reviews through another outlet that involved Adam and Eve, and they promised discreet packaging and sent my review products in a box that used to hold condoms and forgot to take the sticker off. So the side of the box said 1,000 condoms, and the clerk at the post office was handing it over, and I went, that's not discreet.
Yeah.
They have like the air quotes, the good toys, like the high end toys, but they have a lot of the cheapy toys, which cheap is not a problem. Like, I don't have a problem with cheap toys, but some
inexpensive.
Right, but some of them are just not good quality.
Yeah.
But they also are huge, so they have this they tend to have this massive selection. I've never been into an Adam and Eve store. I think they have actual locations. They've been around like 50 years. Like, legit 50 years.
I was shocked. I mean, and this goes back probably 12 years. I was driving to work, and this was prior to me meeting you. And I used to go to work insanely early in the morning than to be at the office. And
could you imagine having to do that now?
No. No.
Look, I made your life worse in some ways, but I did make it better.
But Adam and Eve used to do radio spots.
Oh, God,
on the Tampa Bay radio.
Jack and Jill, who I actually used to write for and like did a bunch of their content and social media for, they also did ad spots in Tampa Bay. Somebody asked a question. Hold on. I saw it and I thought it was funny. And okay, Andre asked, "Hey, what is the store that you buy the shirts from? You know, the one that's in King. It's called. God damn it! You're gonna try to make me say this drunk. God damn it! Rural King." They have a website. You can get their shirts there. I've never shopped from Pink Cherry. I did get some stuff from Too Timid. T-O-O, Timid. They're okay. I like She Vibe. They don't have all the really inexpensive stuff. They try to stick more with the body safe materials, which not always, but tend to be a little bit higher priced. I like She Vibe.
I bought from She Vibe.
I know.
They carry Tenga.
I also like their aesthetic too, because they have an artist who draws like comic book kind of things. It's really cool.
Yes. I follow them on Instagram.
I was just doing a research. I'm still doing the fucking research project for a client. I was researching different sex toy sites. Oh, there was one I was like, oh shit, yeah, I would shop from here. Oh, I can't think of the name. Cannot think of the name. We're affiliates of She Vibe. I like She Vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Too Timid's okay. They're okay. There was one, I can't think of it. Fuck, I can't think of it. It's not a place we've shot from, so it's not like I can vouch for them. But it was like I was on the good. No, we used to be affiliates of theirs. Good Vibes, goodvibes.com. They've been around since like the 70s as well. They have a mix of like the luxury stuff and then the less expensive stuff that's not necessarily body safe materials, but they also have a lot of good mid-range options too. I like Good Vibes. Look, I did not know. I promise you, I had no idea I was an entertainer at heart, but apparently I am. And actually, there's a part of me that goes, "Oh, y'all are entertained by my struggle," and I fucking love that. I think it's the need for approval. Which, if I think too hard about that, I'll cry there too. I am so drunk. How many shots did we do?
I lost count after 5.
Y'all, somebody replay the tape. How many shots did we do? I think 6, but it could be more, maybe? I don't know.
I mean, it wasn't anywhere near full. But,
no, it wasn't, because we had used it for the other drinks. Here's the thing. I know we could make, like, fun drinks. I would do shots with you anytime. But it's got to be a flavor I want to put in my mouth.
Well, are you...
I would do that again.
Okay.
But also, we've got a recommendation.
Okay,
from
Kim said
Butterscotch.
Kim said 7.
Thank you, Kim. Somebody's got to be more sober than I am. See, Nikki, you can't even type sober, so I feel like we're on the same page here. I feel bad because I can see his face, but I can't think of his account name on Instagram. There's a guy in Laurel, Mississippi. And here's what's hilarious. I've actually never been to Laurel, but I have kind of, if you cross your eyes, sort of by marriage, kind of family who lived in Laurel. And something about Mississippi, once you live...
Well, Mally, it's sad.
It is so sad. Do we have any other liquor? I think we have vodka.
I don't want to... No.
Do you know what I heard? If you put baking soda in vodka, it takes the flavor away. That's what
vodka has no flavor.
Oh, that's a fucking lie. I have done shots of vodka. That felt like something. That tasted like something on my tongue. Anyway, there's this guy in Laurel, Mississippi. And there's something about living in Mississippi, even if it's a town you never lived in and maybe you never even went to, you feel a kinship with it. And I don't know, maybe it's because everything's so, like, Mississippi is Mississippi. Anyway, so he's actually an art teacher at, I think, an elementary school. He's married. He lives there. He loves the town of Laurel. He's friends with this couple who do an HGTV show based in Laurel. Anyway, so what's gotten him kind of popular on Instagram, maybe on TikTok, but I only know Instagram. So he talks about Southern pronunciations of words. And let me tell you, he started one hot the other day. I shared it with JB because somebody said, say the word pen, like a writing utensil. And I went, it's not just fucking me. So he went, pen, pen, pen. And then on one of his reels, he was like, let me tell you how to say rural. And it took him a minute too. I said it faster, so I said it right. And I don't know this person. He doesn't know I exist. I don't comment on shit on the internet because it's always under Kayla Lords, and I tend to watch really vanilla things, and I'm like, don't comment as Kayla Lords. They might see your tits. So I just lurk. But I adore this person.
Yeah.
I love how he explains shit. He did that whole reel on all the different ways bless your heart can be interpreted. Yes, the stereotype is as an insult, but sometimes us Southerners really fucking mean it. Like, bless their heart. We feel awful for them. So, and I don't want to fucking bless no goddamn body. I don't like humanity quite that much, but still you say it because they're going through it. Okay. Anyway, I'm trying to keep my mic near my mouth, and all of this is just moving the chat.
Yeah, it is.
And I can't keep up with it. Why do I find my own out of context quotes so amusing? I legit amuse myself, and I feel like I should be ashamed of that. It's got to be a flavor I want to put in my mouth. That's a general rule of life, okay? From dicks to food to liquor, it needs to be a flavor I want to put in my mouth. Oh, Nikki, you're the fucking... Okay, I'm going to date myself. You're the fucking bomb, man. It's 4 a.m. where you are, and you're here with us.
That's a rock star.
Yeah, thank you. That was the word I couldn't think for it. So, I am trying to get him to get out the vodka. It's been so long since I've been drunk and happy. I'm not happy. I'm actually I'm teetering on the edge between a delightful drunk and somebody who just wants to cry out all of my stressors and have somebody go, it's okay, and then have a fairy godparent swoop down and fix them. That doesn't exist. We're gonna have to fucking earn our way out of this fucking shit show. But you know what? While I'm inebriated, I feel like we can get our way out of this shit show we're in. I believe in us. Look at the shit we've done in the past 10 years together.
I know.
I promise you, if somebody had told me 11 years ago that this is what I'd be doing now and who I'd be with and the life I'd be living, I'd be like, you're fucking crazy.
What do you think?
I know. I ripped you out of a very stable life and thrust you into this. I'm so glad you still love me. Silent, we got a tangent about Mississippi because I'm drunk. Okay. You know what's funny? When it's just the two of us and we're just existing in life, why is Richard on me? God, dude, boundaries. When we're just existing in life.
Hey, you just came out of the closet. Give him a break.
I know, poor baby. I'm kind of a cranky bitch, and JB is a grumpy polar bear. Being with y'all is, I think, what brings it out in us. We're so delighted to be here with y'all. I don't know. Also, I have to tell you, I don't even know the context about t-shirts. I absolutely have ideas for t-shirts for the Loving BDSM Etsy shop. I'm probably going to have to do it on a pre-order thing because to buy the supplies and have but the first t-shirt I intend to make, it's my plan at least. Do not quote drunk me, okay? Because drunk me is a crazy bitch. Sassy since birth. But I also want to do a bratty since birth. Because I feel like you could wear that out in public and yes, somebody would give you side eye and a knowing smile. But the vast majority of people would be like, oh, you're sassy, huh? But we would all know what the fuck that meant. So when you are now inside my brain, my whole brain is on connected tangents that I managed to go, no, these are connected and here's how. The neurodivergency has been quite spicy. I don't know what the diagnosis would be. I don't know. Is it ADHD? Is it autism spectrum disorder? Is it somehow something else that the internet has not told me about yet? I don't know. Oh yeah, X. Every idea I have, there needs to be a price tag attached to it. I'm so fucking sorry. We are too far in debt for it to be otherwise. Would you like to see JB's hairy asshole? I will charge you for the privilege.
Wait, what?
For the record, I don't want to take a picture of your hairy asshole unless you would like me to do that. But if enough people go, yeah, I'd pay money to see that, I'm coming at you with a camera.
I'm kind of glad that the bottle's empty.
Oh, God. Nikki, you know what's funny? Here's what, I don't know if it's funny. I don't know if funny is the right word. I never know what the right word is anymore. I sometimes wonder how much of y'all watching me go, oh shit, Kayla is, and then fill in the blank, ADHD, ASD, something else that I don't know about. I'm like, how much is obvious and how much of it is just internal? Because I would have told you with a total straight face and all sincerity that there's no fucking way I could have ADHD until the day I learned that your hyperactive part of you because I'm not inattentive, let me promise you that. Could be internal, and it could be your thoughts. And like, my mind was fucking blown that day. And then I don't really lean into the ASD part too much because I only kind of see it in drips and drabs, but poor JB. All week this week and previous, he's been in a playful mood, or trying to be in a playful mood, and he will tease me, and my literal ass takes him at face fucking value and answers him literally. And then I go, wait, that's not like the only trait of somebody with ASD, but that is, I think, a thing of ASD. Like, we take you fucking literally, and you have been so frustrated with me lately. And then the other thing that blew my mind is I saw somewhere on the internet, you know how that goes, that in women who have undiagnosed ADHD, but even if you're diagnosed, the symptoms can like explode at times of high hormonal shifts, puberty, pregnancy, postpartum, and menopause. And I saw that and I went, because I've been going through not Mary Menopause. Perimenopause for all these fucking years, but the symptoms peaked in the past like year or so. And there were times I thought, I am losing my goddamn mind. And those are the only times in my life that I thought, do I have ADHD? Because I was so scattered and I was so inattentive and I was so like all over the place. And now that I'm starting to take the HRT stuff, I'm calming down. So I don't know what's real anymore. Is all of life just a simulation? Is it all made up in my head? Am I just seeing issues where they don't exist? I don't know. Tayshu, I think I would just make that shirt just for you. You are a special kind of masochist. Mary Menopause. There's nothing fucking merry about it, but you know, I can make that a shirt too. I have the technology. Y'all, here's what is so sad. I have wanted a Cricut like Easy Press for ages because I have the little mini one, and I've done full on tote bags with the little mini one. And if you know, you know. If you don't, it's fine. It's just nod and smile. Anyway, oops, sorry, I bumped my mic. With a gift card and some fuckery, we had to like, it was stupid. I finally got a Cricut Easy Press right after Christmas because of a Christmas present I got from my mom. And I have tote bags, and I would like to do shirts, but that's expensive, and I'll have to like finagle how I'm going to do that. Anyway, I have yet to take the fucking thing out of the box. It's just sitting on the packing station, staring at me with judgment in its non-existent eyes. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Good night, Missy.
Good night, y'all. Good night, Sir Schmoozy Pants. And Mally, I'm glad I can provide laughs. I'm amusing myself.
I'm enjoying the laugh. I'm sitting here laughing my ass off.
We haven't really, like, genuinely laughed in so fucking long. Our lives are just a stress pit. Right, Kim? I just need to fucking open the box. But then, so there's stress that comes with opening the box. So I open the box, I need to use it. And I have the little, like, heat pad thing. I have tote bags. I even know what I want to put on tote bags. Y'all, I haven't done a show and tell, and now I'm so drunk I wouldn't do it justice.
Oh, come on.
It's also midnight. I have some artwork that I licensed from the artist. They sold the artwork, and you could buy a commercial license, and so I did. And so I'm making it stickers first for the Etsy shop. That's what I was doing today was, oh my God, I made so many goddamn listings. They're not live yet. Don't even try and go look. I already know there's some other things I want to do with them. I want to make some of them. I don't know which ones. I don't know how many of them. I want to make them into enamel pins. Pins. God damn it. I have thought about sublimation and doing shirts and doing tote bags. And I'm trying to think of how to do that in the most cost-effective way. So it's weird. As a freelance writer, I had almost no expenses. Like I maybe spent $50 a month on my professional life after I bought like the equipment I needed, like a laptop. But as a product thing and in like retail product stuff, holy fucking shit, there's so many expenses, and so I have all these ideas, but like there's got to be money for it. You want my purple notebook that's on my desk? Look down. Look, that's my purple. Look, loving BDSM will forever and always be purple. Oh God. Okay. Okay.
You
so
promised these folks.
I know. Silent, when you call me out on all the bullshit I do, and I love you for it. Okay, so I'm only gonna give you like little tastes of some of the artwork because we could be here for a hot minute if I showed you everything. I'm gonna show you the first one, and look, pardon my braless, saggy tit self, y'all. I'm about to stand up. Y'all can't hear me. I'm about to stand up. I'm gonna try and give you some artwork. So this is one sticker that's coming. Why is the... Oh, no, that cord...
Oh, that's
stretch.
right, it won't.
It won't. I'm coming to you, y'all. Okay, hold on.
Here, I need to move Sir Richard. Sorry.
This is one of the stickers. That was just one sticker. Oh, Mally, the Patreon goodies for the membership drive, those are, I have part of them done. I'm just waiting on supplies. Those should be going hopefully in the mail like on Monday, and then the higher tiers should be like early next week. I'm coming with another sticker. It's like we're at the Oscars. Right? This is exactly like the Oscars. It says "Use Me, Daddy," and actually each of these like hearts is a separate sticker. There's a "Use Me" sticker and a "Daddy" sticker. Thank you, Mr. Spock. I wish I was an artist because then I would do all the things in my head, but I'm not. So I did have to purchase this artwork, but because I purchased the commercial license, I can make all kinds of physical products. Let's see. Just trying to give y'all a taste. I'm hoping by the time we do next week's live stream and podcast that they'll be live and I can be like, look, please go to our Etsy shop. I have one more just to give you a taste of stuff. Hold on. Oh, come on. Focus, 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 focus. Oh, focus. God damn it. Are we two in the screen? Am I too drunk? I can't. It says slut and train. It says slut and training, but it won't focus. Ah, there we go. I got it. Ah. Ah. Sorry, my seat was faced the wrong way. There are tons. I actually have 24 individual die cut stickers that I'm adding out of this art pack. And then I'm going to do some sticker packs so you can buy like, and I'm going to do some bundle options with the die cuts. And so I got all kinds of plans. And then if people like that artwork, then I'm going to expand into other products. I've already marked off some and favorited some artwork. And then I have some stuff that I can do myself. Yeah, I got tons of plans. So, yeah, stuff. Yeah, Kim, give me a hot minute. Plus, yeah, I'm going to move some designs. I haven't even attempted to do it yet. I'm going to move some designs that were on the Kinkery, some stickers that did really well, and move that over to the Loving BDSM Etsy shop. Wow, I said all of that. Did all of that come out correct? Loving BDSM Etsy shop. Okay.
Yeah.
And then the artist who did that artwork for me actually did some others, like, a long time ago. I have to see if that's still available for sale. It's just, oh, God. D-Bunny, they are stickers that can go on water bottles. They're printed on waterproof vinyl. They are not UV resistant, so do not put them outside or in direct sunlight. I tried to make stickers that were UV resistant, but the coating that had to go on top, I hated what it did to the stickers. I fucking hated it. So I went, nope, we won't worry about UV resistant. We'll just make them waterproof so you can do water bottles. And the paper that I use, it's a vinyl. It's better on smooth surfaces rather than anything with texture. So, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I've been I got 15 of those listings prepped today. I have 9 more to go. That's my project for next week. So, and then all the other stuff will just kind of come.
Yes, the patience word.
Yes. And I think I saw X where he was like, I opted out of the goodie package. Ha ha! Silent Wing didn't, and I have y'all's address, and I hope you will enjoy what I send to you in the mail. Thank you very much. Neener. Can't get away from me that fucking easily. So yeah. But there's so many things I want to do with the Loving BDSM Etsy shop. I don't think it'll be a 2023 thing at all, but the next workbook I want to do, digital workbook, it will be on parenting and DS. I don't know how much that will actually have worksheets, and it'll probably be more like tips and tricks and like, here's our experience kind of thing. But yeah, so I'm not giving up on digital products either. We've got out what we've got out, and now I want to like shift to
Night the bunny.
Physical products, because I love working with the Kinkery with you. I love making physical products.
Mm-hmm.
It's so strange to me. So I started out my working life at a certain age, probably about 20. It was all retail. And my post-college life was retail for a couple of years. And I hated every second of it. It was awful. And once I finally, at the age of like 25 or 26, got into an office job, I went, fuck that shit. I'm never looking back. Now, when I needed to take part-time jobs during those periods, I went to retail. I did stuff in retail because I could work a cash register. I could pretend to be friendly with strangers. Not anymore, but in my 20s I could. But something about doing shops like Etsy and the Kinkery and stuff like that, it gives me the best of both worlds. It's technically retail, but we don't have a storefront, and the only interaction I have to do with people is over like messages or emails. But I get to make shit and then send it out. Like, y'all know, I've talked about this for years. I love to get mail that's not a bill. I also love to send mail. Like, I have purple envelopes and purple bubble mailers, and eventually I'll have purple poly bags. And if you know anything about shipping, you know what I'm talking about. And if you don't, it's okay. Don't try. It's fine. Andre, thank you. I am always so surprised and yet grateful when we get international orders. And we get the majority of our international orders come from Canada, and then second after that is the UK, and I'm always like, damn, y'all.
Right.
Damn. So, yeah. But yeah. That's another thing where I'm like, do I have ADHD? I will forever have more ideas than I'll ever have time in the day. Like, it's just not even possible. I'm so sad we're out of alcohol, but I'm also kind of grateful because, I did stand up and I didn't fall over.
You did.
I was not consciously thinking of my legs, though. Oh, I wanted to show the candles. I mean, the soy are finished. The paraffin are unfinished. I just need one soy and one paraffin, Daddy. Okay, so this is the soy one. So I was talking earlier. This is going to be on the Kinkery. I'm hoping.
Well, these are totally unfinished.
I know, but you can take off one of the little silver doolollies and I'll just show it. It's fine. So I said at the beginning of this that for the Kinkery, I was making more wax play candles, but I was doing air quote this. Oh, hi, Onyx, who came in and crankily meowed at me. They're air quote white, but they're really just dye free, and the wax melts the soy is like an off-white. It's like a creamy color. The paraffin dries white. Poor JB is. I only need one. None of them are perfect. They have not been finished. They have holes in them. It's okay. It's okay. So I'm going to show you this. Okay. Hey, Daddy, I need your help. You have a microphone. Tell them that's paraffin.
That's the paraffin.
It's not finished. That's why. This is the paraffin. It's not finished. That's why the wick is so fucking long. I just poured these today. And then this is the soy. Look how pretty that is. Okay. Woo. Woo. Kim, I wish I could fall just for the money. I really do. So those are the dye-free / white wax plate candles that are coming. If these end up being as popular as I can imagine them being, because some people just don't like dye, and that's fine. We have talked about eventually going up to an 8-ounce container, and I would probably start with the white, the dye-free. Andre asks, any luck on the Purple Heart yet? No,
unfortunately not.
Mm-mm.
Trying to get Onyx up in my lap, but she's circling.
No, she had a very strange interaction with me today. I mean, she got on my desk and I had to push everything out of the way because she was just standing on my keyboard. That was typical cat behavior, but not usually with me. Mm-hmm. But she came out into the office later and basically had a conversation with me. She meowed, and not in that whiny meow like when they're telling you, hey, I'm hungry, hey, pay attention to me. But she was like, meow, but it's very scratchy with her, like she's a Denny's third shift waitress who smokes 2 packs a day. And I meowed back because of course I did, and she meowed in a different tone, and I don't know what we talked about, but we had a conversation.
She was concerned that I wasn't sitting at my desk.
I don't know, but she was talking to me, and it was not a whiny situation. So, oh my goodness, there's our girl.
Oh, look.
Hi, ma'am. Hi, ma'am. Yeah, Mr. Spock, are you just going to purr into the mic? Oh, you're going to rub yourself on the mic. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, go ahead. Sorry, y'all. I'm not going to stop her. If she wants to put her scent all over the fucking mic, it means she might jump up more often. Oh, yes, clearly you're having the time of your life on this fucking mic. Yeah, I think the candles and the stickers are all going to be ready potentially at the same time. So in this next upcoming episode, if the announcements are a little long, just forgive us. Hi, Onyx. Hi, Onyx. Oh, you're just bumping into our mics. You're going to stand on our keyboard next to? You have a reputation now. Thank you for eating your meals again. I'm putting on a little bit of weight again. We were worried about you. Mm-hmm. And we did all that blood work just to find out you're perfectly healthy, right, which we're very happy about.
Well, yeah, glad about that.
I would have liked to have known without the $100+ of blood work. Thanks. Yeah. So, I think she's very slowly learning how to cat.
Yes.
She learns by watching Ella, though. Oh my goodness. You're such a sweet girl. We all love you. Sure. Rub up against the monitor. That's good. And put your butthole on the mic. Even better.
That is because I have Kayla's mic turned down on the soundboard because she is so loud. And I am not a loud talker, so I have my mic gain turned up.
We had not noticed in all the years when people literally messaged in begging me to let you have a microphone. Like I was the one keeping you away from it. I was like, no, broke ass bitches. That's the shirts we need. We just wear those for every episode. Broke ass bitches. Oh my God. I am a simp for Onyx. Like, whatever kind of affection and attention she wants to give me, I'm here for it. I will take all of her abuse for 5 seconds of her love and affection.
You know, it's funny. When I am sitting at my chair, at my desk, she will come and she has this little routine. She comes through the window because my desk sits against the window to the bedroom. And she will come through the window, climb over my desk, come up to me, and she will put a paw on the armrest of my chair.
What are words? You don't know.
I don't know either, yeah. And she will rub my hand. And then she climbs into my lap, and she does this whole thing. If I do not touch her with my hand, she sits there and bats my hand.
She did that to me a couple of times.
Okay. Because she wants the attention. And I'll rub her. I'll pet her and scratch her head, which she loves. And then she circles around and curls up in my lap.
Must be a nice life. I wouldn't know anything about that.
But that is the only spot that she will do that.
Neither of these fucking cats will get in my goddamn lap. Now, Lola, on the other hand,
Lola wants in everybody's lap.
So, the 17-year-old had the band competition solo and ensemble thing today that I mentioned earlier. He had to be at the school at 6:30, and even though this child has been getting himself up and getting himself out the door, this senior year especially, with almost no help from us. Every once in a while he'll have a rough day, and I'm knocking on the door going, "You getting up?" But in general, he's got it. He does not need my help at all. Although I'm desperate to give it, because who knew I'd be this kind of parent? So I knew I didn't want to send him out that early in the morning without an "I love you." Look, if I don't say "I love you," have a good day, be safe, how will he come home alive? I don't know. So, but I also wanted to be able to say good luck and make sure he got out the door. I didn't want him to be late. I didn't want anything to fuck this up for him. So we got up. You got up. Mm-hmm. My alarm went off at 5:30. Were you up before then?
No.
You got up at the 5:30.
I got up at the 5. Your 5:30 alarm.
It took me a hot minute to get out of the bed.
Yeah, it did.
Because I'd had the disturbing dream, and I was freaked out, and I had not slept well. I get up. I do some things around the house. Clean the cat litter. Make your coffee. And I then got on the couch and went, look, I'm just trying to be present and awake enough for this child to leave the house with words of love in his ears, because that's the only way he will survive life. I've convinced myself. Lola, I've got the blanket on me. I've got a pillow. I've got my neck pillow on because that keeps my neck stable, and I can sleep on the couch that way. And Lola has gone, oh, this is the best after breakfast nap I've ever had. She drapes herself across me, and we slept like that. Well, I wouldn't say I slept. I dozed for an hour and a half.
The two of you were out like a light.
I did not feel like I was out like a light because I did keep coming awake and aware.
I came through several times.
I did not hear. No.
You both were.
7:30. I finally went, I guess I have to wake up. And here we are now at 12:36. I saw when it hit 1, 2, 3, 4, and I was like, 1, 2, 3, 4, but I didn't want to I think I had a train of thought going. I don't know. I don't remember anymore.
Well, I guarantee you part of why Onyx wandered in here the way she did, it's well past our bedtime, and they have not had their nighttime treats yet.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. And Ella, God bless her, she's beautiful but dumb as a box of rocks.
Thank God she's pretty.
She doesn't know enough to come through the window.
She can sometimes come through the window to get into the bedroom, and then gets confused as how to get out. And so she goes to the door, which will be often be closed, and then she'll meow mournfully, and we're like, you just came through the window. I was there. I saw you do it. Nope, she's confused. Gotta let her out through the door.
Right.
I mean, thank God she's pretty.
Yeah.
She's still kind of a bitch, though. Onyx, for all her standoffishness, resting bitch faceness, like all of that. Onyx is actually, and she's not really friendly because if she doesn't know you, fuck you. This is my cat and she just doesn't fucking know. But once she likes you, she's actually friendlier. She's actually insistent that you will give her affection on her schedule.
Right. Night, Maddie.
Much like her mother. Ella, on the other hand, she's a bitch.
Ella?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she can be.
Oh, my God.
She can be. Although I have to say, she used to kind of nip. She doesn't do that to me anymore.
She does to me. She does to me.
Last night I was sitting on the sofa, and she got up on the sofa behind me.
The top.
And
yeah.
she was nuzzling my hair.
That must be nice. She bats at me. You know, and I didn't realize this because, talking about the time change, Florida, apparently years ago, passed a law across both houses, you know, the Senate and the House, to not have to do a time change anymore. But you know what they wanted to keep? They wanted to keep daylight savings time and not go to the other version because they want it to be later here for tourism.
Yeah.
I just kind of don't want to fucking change the time every 6 months. But I sort of like the old time better. But if Florida gets his way, we will be in daylight savings time year round.
And see, I like it when it stays lighter later. Yeah.
I like lighter earlier. I want it to be equidistant. Just like I want it to be a nice 72 degrees, 0% humidity all the time.
Good luck with that shit.
I'm never getting what I want. I understand I'm never getting what I want. I know what I like.
This is Florida in the summertime. You swim to the car.
Just breathe through cotton.
Right.
Wet cotton. I know. We're in our, air quote this, cold spell again, or we were.
Yeah.
And that was delightful. Like wearing sweatpants in March. That was nice.
Well, a week and a half ago, we were above 90 degrees. Then we dropped down. The other morning, we woke up to like 48 degrees. Tomorrow's supposed to be 80 with a nearly 100% chance of rain.
Yeah, we had a lot of rain this week. We needed it, though.
And then we're going to have like high temps in the 60s again.
I fucking love that shit.
I know.
I don't want snow. I don't want frigid, freezing weather. I like these cold snaps. I like a high of 60 and a low of like 40. Like, I fucking love that shit.
Yeah, I do too.
I run hot,
I'm okay with it.
Even with all this medicine I'm taking now. Which, please help me remember to take it.
I will.
I don't know how it will metabolize with alcohol in my system. This ought to be interesting.
Oh, boy.
Problem is I've had to
right,
move
Mr.
my...
Spock? I mean, I enjoy that. I like it when it's later into the evening.
I don't give a fuck. I'm not going no damn where anyway. I don't like the fact that when the perfect time for me to go for a walk, it's still fucking pitch black out. And I have to push it back. So I just, look, I need it to be light from 7 to 7. Year round, no change. I don't care what the moon and the sun and all that stuff's doing. 7 to 7. A perfect 72 degrees with 0% humidity. That's the oasis I would like to live in. Thank you very much.
Good luck with that.
I'm working on it. Oh my gosh. I think I've wound down.
Mm-hmm.
And I got nothing.
Yeah.
I'm definitely drunk though.
I've got a good buzz going. I ain't gonna lie. I got a good buzz.
So,
I have a good buzz going.
So you know how a few minutes ago you were talking about you've done the soundboard and blah blah blah, and the chat lit up with oh yeah. I know. Do you know? Not that long ago, it would have bothered me to have to admit a thing I know that I've known my whole life, that I ain't a quiet bitch, because it was used as a way to belittle and insult me. I was talking to hear myself speak. I was too loud. I was too much. I was blah, 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 bullshit, bullshit, insecure men as usual. Again. Lord save us from fucking insecure, cis, straight, goddamn men. Anyway. I love you. I am in this space with these folks because you know how loud I am and you keep showing up, so you must tolerate it on some level. I am more comfortable with that. But okay. I know there would have been a time not that long ago that even seeing people acknowledge the reality, the fact, the thing that I cannot deny, but I used to wish was different about me. There's so many things I wish were different about me. Some of those I've embraced and I'm good with, but...
Well, you know, folks, and don't get me wrong, I love this woman sitting across from me.
It's not good when you have to start out with, no, I promise I actually like her. She's an okay bitch. Go ahead, insult me to my face with a smile.
But you know, a few times since I've got my hearing aids... I've had to tell her, tone it down.
And that is more triggering than you will ever understand.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. A childhood of being told to tone it down.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
So could you just adjust your fucking hearing aids for me? Treat them like a soundboard, okay, baby? Treat them like a soundboard. Because the thing is I've tried to go, do I mask? And I mostly come up with, I don't think I do. But part of the reason you will not hear me say much in public is because if I get enthusiastic, you know what will happen. And I can't do that in public.
Can't do that. Wow. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. And it's so funny because every time I think, wow, I've worked through some of that stuff. I have an understanding. I have a handle on it. Someone else is like, no, you don't. Here's another insecurity.
I thought I worked through a lot of shit years ago, and look what happened to me.
Right. No, I think every one of us is just walking like bags of trauma. Who fucked us up when, and have we dealt with it yet? As the kids keep going, are you ever gonna? I'm like, I'm on the list. Okay, just let's get through these other things right now. Right. I'm on the list.
All right. Oh man. Oh boy.
It's almost 1:00.
Yeah.
I'm very drunk. I'm trying to remember I have to take my medication and I have to do your coffee pot. And I'm probably not because she's probably asleep, but I think the water bowl needs to be
topped off.
I meant to wash it and then I got distracted. By other things. If I'm not neurospicy, I need to go to the loony bin. Thank you, Andre.
Thank you.
That's very sweet. Mr. Spock, that is for real. That is for real.
Yeah.
And man, our families fuck us up.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. The best piece of advice I ever got for parenting, which is also kind of the most stressful, was from my absolute best friend, who died back in 2017. She said, look, you're gonna fuck up your kids no matter what you do. Just do the best you can and know that. And you know, it's funny because it's not like I'm trying to fuck up the kids, but if I can acknowledge that, I hope that means that if and when they come to me later in life and go, Mom, you fucked this up, I will have the humility to go, oh, that's where I fucked up. Okay. I apologize. You know, how can I make this right? But yeah, like something about her telling me that, like I calmed the fuck down.
Yeah.
When the boys were really little, like I just kind of went, okay, I'm going to do the best I can, but I'm probably going to fuck up somewhere along the way.
Well, you know, I realized something the other day. I mean, like I said, I've kind of been in my head, and things have really been kind of.
You have definitely been in your head, and I can definitely tell.
And you know, part of it has been my sister's inability to settle my mom's estate.
Right, because she's got her own shit she's
Yeah.
going through.
But then I realized it's going on 9 years, and they're just now starting to go through my sister's.
You do not have a family that actually faces and deals with their emotions. They just don't. They just don't. And a lot of people are like that. Like, it doesn't even have to be, like, dysfunction. I mean, it tends to be dysfunctional, but it doesn't have to be dysfunctional families. It's hard to go through that kind of shit. And if you don't have the skills and or the support of people in your life to go through the hard shit, of course, I think it's a bit of human nature to avoid it. The problem is you're caught up in somebody else's avoidance of issues you're ready to kind of like settle and deal with and face. And you're dealing with a sibling who's not ready to face them. And that's the tension. And the thing I keep reminding you, and I'm almost 99.9% positive your therapist has said it or will say it in the future. You cannot control what she does. You can only control what you do.
I know.
And so what are you going to do, and how can you navigate this? I do not put my medications in the coffee pot.
No.
Because I don't drink hot coffee.
No, you don't. Only I do.
Once, maybe twice a year on the coldest days. And then I'm going to put in a bunch of other shit so it don't taste like hot coffee. Ooh.
Okay.
I am a lady.
You are a delicate flower.
No. Nope. Nope. Not even in my wildest fucking dreams am I delicate. You know what kills me? I would love on certain levels to be delicate and and maybe hyper feminine and like and feel dainty and like I don't, and I'm sure I need to dig in deep with a therapist on where the fuck that comes from. And yet I refuse to be uncomfortable. I am at a point in my life I will not be uncomfortable.
You know, I'm going to say this.
But I want to be cute, and I haven't been cute in like a decade.
We have had adult beverages on streams before, but I think tonight we took it to
a whole ass
level.
new level. Oh,
Yeah.
my nose that just Here's the thing, I'll do shots with you any day, but they gotta taste good in my mouth first.
Okay.
If I could gag on them, we not doing it. If it tastes like the pipes in a toilet that have sat too long dry, I'm not doing it. But if it tastes like candy, I will always be the girly who wants her drink to not taste like either coffee or alcohol. It needs to taste like fucking candy.
Now, see, I like those coffee martinis we did that one time.
I know, and I didn't dislike them, but let me say again, and I've said it before, and I'll keep saying it. I either want something simple, like just give me a fucking shot, or I want to keep experimenting with flavors.
Okay. All right. Andre, thank you, and
Thank
we
you,
appreciate you joining us and being a part of our community.
I'm so glad you still have words. I can't even open my eyes. I'm so sorry. What I'd love to do, I don't have the time, willpower, or money. I'd love to figure out a personal style that's not Adam Sandler with boobs.
You're not. You're much cuter and prettier.
But I wear my style is Adam Sandler with boobs. But like I said, I've gotten to a point in my life. I'm not being pinched, squeezed, poked, prodded by the things I put on my fucking body. I'm not. I could be those things by you, who I consent to under certain parameters at specific times, but not the goddamn clothes I gotta walk around in. My pants should not feel like an ongoing non-consensual BDSM scene, okay? I should not be in masochist mode because I put clothing on.
Yeah, well, welcome to my world. I'm struggling to lose some.
Yours is stress. I think you are finally going through what I've gone through for 20 years. The stress hormones will fuck you up. They'll be like, bitch, you want to lose weight? That sucks for you. We're getting ready for feast or famine. Clearly, you are in flight mode, so you're running from lions. Hold on to all your calories.
Cacao.
So here's the funny thing, and thank you for everybody who's being really kind and complimentary. We're doing OnlyFans now, and it's not unintentional. I understood what my role would be, but I'm sort of like front and center, right? It's me with sexy pics. It's me with my bare ass.
Andre.
It's me getting fucked. It's me getting spanked. I understand my role. I have the hardest time taking, especially promotional pictures where I've got to like try to look sexy, because I don't see what other people see. I see an awkward, chubby goofball who is pretending she's cute for the camera. And other people see something different than what I see. And I'm like, I keep having to tell myself, you have to just take the picture that you think might be appealing, and I'll get it wrong some of the time, because that's the way of content. Mm-hmm. You'll make a shit ton of content and some will work and some won't. But I struggle with posting anything other than like pictures from a scene or a scene we've done or whatever, because I look at myself and I don't see a sexy human being. I see the most awkward goofball who is clearly pretending she's an adult, let alone a sexy one. And I know that the way I see myself is not how the rest of the world sees me, and some people don't. Some people definitely see me the way I see myself, and that's okay. But like, I really struggle with that. Like, I've been telling myself, go just take some pictures. You know what to do. I know how to, like, I got some really good tips from boudoir photographers online about taking sexy selfies. But I feel like I don't know if it's imposter syndrome, like technically, or if it's just something, but I'm like, no, I can't do it. I'm working on it though.
Think how the non-exhibitionist feels.
Look, you get to just show up and hit me. I think the most I ask from you, and we're going to work on you angling that fucking camera. Whew. But the most I go is just push that button right there. And then all you got to do is just do what you do. I'll find the sexy moment of you looking all like Domly. Or as I did with one image we shared to our OnlyFans, I was like down on the ground on my knees going, look at me like you're kind of pissed off at me. And that's his Dom look. And Kim, you're right. We are all pretending. And the thing is that's what I keep telling myself. But I have spent, not professionally, because it started with just a little amateur sex blog, but basically past 10 years of only putting my most authentic self, or a side of my most authentic self, out there. That to do the fake it till you make it, or just fake it and know that it will appeal to somebody kind of thing, has been really rough, because if I can't see it, I struggle with going, well, can anybody see it? And I know analytically, logically, intellectually that yes, what I see is not what somebody else will see of me. But that's been my big struggle.
Yeah. I mean, you know in a way, it's for me it's been difficult because when I used to frequent the Phoenix, I love to watch, and that has always been even when we go to the woodshed. That 4 years ago. Well, I mean, yeah, but that's I love that. That's always been my thing. I'm a voyeur, I admit it, and that's who I am. I know, and I've by association with me, you've been thrust into an exhibitionist role. I know. I know. And to me, it just shows just how fucking supportive you are. Like, you're not even doing the part you want to do, which here's the funny thing. I would almost think you would do more of the filming and the
getting the shot and the editing because of stuff that's just me, not you and me, because I know you are like me in that once you see yourself there, you struggle with, like, it's kind of a weird out of body kind of experience. But like, I don't know.
Night, Mally. I don't know how we're up still either.
It's the liquor. Normally we'd have gone to bed an hour ago. We will pay for this later.
Yeah.
I'm not waking up to a fucking alarm. I'm hoping I just pass out and we'll call that sleep. Because last night sucked. That was a hard night. So. But yeah. Like, there are parts of me that want to present as more feminine, as more, like, I don't want to dress up because I definitely still have that mindset of if I'm dressing up, I'm going somewhere. But, like, I want to feel good when I, like, get dressed for the day or, you know, I want to, but I don't know how I want to present myself. I'm in a very weird, I'm also at an age where most of the stores are not actually geared towards me. It's either, like, places like Forever 21 where I go, anybody of any age can wear that, but that does not feel like my style. Or it's like, you know, the old lady sections at Kohl's, and I'm like, because a part of it is I had a pretty easy wardrobe identity when I worked in an office because I just needed to look professional.
Right.
But I was broke-er then, so I was like, what will cover my body for about $10? So none of it was ever fashionable, but I dressed with that in mind. And for these several years now, that's not how I need to think about how I dress. And I choose comfort over all else, but the stuff that I've seen that's like I would deem super cute is super not affordable. And so I'm like, what can I get from the Walmart? And then I just feel
I mean,
schlubby. I feel schlubby.
The thing is, and I know coming from me, you know, you kind of like, shrug it off. But I find you beautiful.
I know that, and it's such a strange thing to know that you find me beautiful, and I don't think this is strange in that I have a feeling it's extremely common. I can look at myself and go, I don't see it. Every once in a while, like when my hair is actually cooperating, when it's like a hair wash day, when I've got my makeup on, I'm like, oh, I like what I see. I like this, and I feel put together. But in all those other in-between moments, I'm like, I prize comfort over all else because I've spent a lifetime being pinched in and uncomfortable, and it's been too scratchy, and it's been the wrong, like, fuck that shit. I work from fucking home. I should be comfortable. But also, there's parts of me that want to feel, this is such a squishy term because it means something different to everybody. When I want to feel a little stylish, I want to feel a little like I made an effort, but I don't mind making the effort, but I don't want it to feel like I made an effort, because in my mind, feeling like I made an effort with how my appearance comes with pinchy clothes and scratchy clothes and discomfort, and I refuse to be uncomfortable. But I'm like in this no man's land of like sloppy shorts or biker shorts and a sloppy t-shirt, and my favorite days are days where I can legitimately just not wear a bra. But like, I don't know, I don't care enough to go seek something out. Also, that's not an opportunity we have right now. We've got other priorities. I know. But also, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if it's just something I need to embrace about myself, or if I just haven't found the thing that, like, clicks. Like, I don't know. I don't know.
It's after 1 a.m.
I know.
We probably should say goodnight.
I have to go to the bathroom. I have to do your coffee, but I have to take my medication, but not in that order, because if I go to the bathroom, I'm going to forget everything else.
Yeah, I know. I have to take my stuff, and
you have to take your stuff.
I got lots of stuff to do tomorrow.
You have a busy day.
I do.
I'm going to pretend to be a lazy bitch, but I'll probably sit down on my computer at some point, because of course I will.
You have time to do that while I'm at the gym.
No, that's when I'll be like doom scrolling and drinking coffee.
All right. We need to say goodnight to these folks.
I know. I could ramble and babble for hours.
You can. And I'm actually kind of rolling right with it myself tonight.
So let it not be said that we couldn't stay past midnight.
Right?
But if you want us to stay past midnight in the future, you're going to have to convince this guy right here that alcohol needs to be served. Ideally, shots that taste good. Shots are simpler.
Well,
There's no
yeah.
mixing.
No,
There's
they're
no
not. Just pour and imbibe.
I know you said imbibe, but I thought you said vibe, and I was like, look at you picking up the lingo. But no, you said imbibe.
Imbibe.
Because you're a fucking adult of a certain age. I love that about you. It's part of why I chose you.
Well, I'm glad because, yeah, okay.
Yeah. So I guess we should go.
Probably.
Which one of us has our eyes open enough to be able to hit these buttons and make it stop?
I know the buttons to push.
I know you do. Jesus, I know you do. Okay, y'all.
All right, folks.
We love y'all.
Thank you. We had a good time tonight.
I don't know
Hope
what
you did
this
too.
was, but hopefully you found it entertaining.
Right.
Okay, love you.
Anyway, good
Bye.
night. Enjoy your weekend. Bye.
Bye.